Mic check, mic check. Hold on, let me do it quick. Make sure I'm sound good. Check. Hold on, let me do it quick. All right. Sound good. T, what's up?
What's good with you? You got me?
Yeah, I hear you. Wait for Jerg to get in here, but what's going on, everybody?
That boy be late to his own funeral, boy.
Every time, every single. What's going on, everybody, man? Y'all know it's a Saturday night, and y'all know what we do on these Saturday nights, man. We're going to talk about a lot tonight. The finals. I want to talk about the finals. I want to talk about Steph's legacy. We've been talking a lot about that in the chat, so I kind of want to bring that up. And, what about Tatum? I think Tatum's got to be addressed.
Wiggins
got to be addressed. And then also, I want to touch on this college quarterback stuff because I'm seeing a lot of hype for a certain quarterback. So we're gonna touch on him.
A couple of them.
Yeah,
be honest with you.
A couple of them, absolutely. But before we get started, like always, y'all hit that like button, share the videos, let everybody know we live. We're missing one member of the triple shot, but he, whenever he said he was doing something, updating something, I don't know what he's doing. Whenever he's ready, we'll click him in here. So before we get started, man, like I said, hit the like button, share the video, and let's do a quick roll call, and then we'll trying to stall a little bit for Jerg, but let's do a quick roll call. So get in that comment section, man, if you want this shout out real quick. Hold on real quick. Let me. Okay. So first and foremost, you got No Squad in the building. Till Dog. Let me address this. I'm gonna address this before. I'm gonna address Till before, because it ain't just Till. It's a lot of people. I'm gonna address this before Jerg get in here. I stand by what I say about Odell, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna congratulate the man for making the Polk County Hall of Fame. Like I can't call myself 863 Seminole TV and not acknowledge the man for making the Polk County Hall of Fame. Never said he wasn't one of the all-time greats at what he was. I just said he's past his prime. That's all I said. And that it might be time to move on. That's all I said. And the facts back it up. Now, he's doing some pretty good things so far in this recruiting cycle. That kid that just got the reclass to the 2022.
That came out of nowhere.
I think that's actually a pretty solid get. So, I mean, I'm not saying Odell's not doing his thing, but come on, y'all. Don't be like that.
Is he 17?
I don't know how old he is. I'd have to check how old he is. I think he is 17.
That'd be nice.
I think he is 17. So, yeah, man, y'all don't be silly. Of course, I'm going to show respect where it's due, but that don't change what I say. And it don't change the facts that I've pointed out numerous amount of times. But shout out to Till Dog, Peter Shields, member of the 863 Tribe, Island Boy, Priscilla Chestnut, FSU, Tony, member of the 863 Tribe, Marcus Wright in the building, Chris Robinson, Timmy, E-Dub, Gator Hater, Mama, what's going on?
Mama.
No Power, Hypnotic, Raymond James, and BB. What's going on with you, BB? That's all we got so far in the chat. Jerg did all of that, and Jerg still ain't here. But he's just gonna have to play catch up. Where you want to start out, man? First of all, what you drinking on tonight? You drinking on anything?
I got some Crown Peach from right now. I was gonna do the Henny White, but that depends on how it go. How did that go? You know, I'm just
White, I had you out of here in the first 30 minutes, man.
Oh yeah, let's sneak up on
Tyler
you real quick.
Building, member of the 863 Tribe, Mine King.
What up, Tyler?
What's going on with y'all? By the way, if y'all don't know, man, congratulate Terrence here. He is a brand new father. How's the baby doing, brother?
Man, she's awesome, man. She's taking a nap right now, as part for the course, but she over there sleeping. Uh, it's been what I expected and more
That's what's
in
up.
a good way, man. It's been awesome.
She's sleeping at nights.
Most. Yeah, she got a internal alarm wake her up around 4:30, and she just be like, nope, not going back to sleep. She'll be up till 7, 8, 9 o'clock. Crazy though, cause
That's what's up.
and especially on a work day,
That's
I get her up. I change the diaper, feed her. I look over at my fiance, be like, hey, look, this you now. I gotta go to sleep. I can't do it.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Marcus said he just finished a cup of Crown and Coke.
I don't mix mine.
I'm on what I got over here. I got my white Remy. I don't know if y'all can see it.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I got the white Remy. So I'm on that tonight.
Okay. I'm putting a bar in the garage now.
Word. The one in the backyard or
Nah, in my garage. I'm gonna make that whole. I'm doing the epoxy on the floor, the whole thing.
okay,
It's
so
gonna be. I'm trying to have a bar like how you got in that background right there. I'm trying to set up something like that. So put a couple TVs in there. That's gonna be the little setup, for Super Bowls and all that stuff.
you just started it, so y'all ain't really started nothing yet, or
It'll be done by the end of the year. Like I'm doing epoxy, putting in new everything. I'm doing everything. Like the only thing is just obviously filling in that all that liquor
yeah.
is a deal, but everything else, like I got the bar picked out. I'm doing black and white on the floor, epoxy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm doing painting the walls, nice little midnight blue like in my living room. But yeah, to go all in on that. That's gonna be my little project, my little area to escape. To escape. I'm giving up the loft and the sunroom.
Hey, you own bar. I ain't mad at you. Okay.
Yeah,
See
so
that bald head Joker is.
Mm.
what they do.
What's up, y'all?
What's good with your coach?
What's up, man? Take that ugly hat off, man.
This
Take it
guy.
off.
You know better.
This guy.
You know better.
Mhm.
What's in your cup?
Marcus always says Happy Father's Days to all the fathers out there. Same to you. If you are a father, Marcus, I'm assuming you are.
Happy Father's Day, gentlemen.
'Cause
Tomorrow, I guess.
I echo that. If you are a father, Happy Father's Day to you. I'm pretty sure everybody's getting a bunch of socks and you know how they do us for Father's Day.
Socks and boxers, and you might get lucky, get a bottle. Might get lucky,
Right?
get a
Yeah.
A bottle of what?
bottle. Right.
Remember, they can't go. They gotta go buy it today before not. But in the next hour, can't go buy it tomorrow.
Yeah. Mhm.
What you got in the cup, Jerg?
Nothing yet. I'm about to get on this Florida Kanye in a minute, though.
Okay.
Oh, the good stuff.
So where y'all want to start, man? Where y'all want to start? We got the finals to talk about. We got people's legacy to talk about. We got
Bruh, bruh, start with
some
since I
college. Go
got
ahead.
on the green, bro. Let's talk about Jason Tatum in the South.
Jason Tatum.
Okay. Let's start with the loser.
That that
Oh,
that I so obviously I was a hater for obvious reasons going into the series because I'm a Heat fan. Um, but yeah, I told y'all, man, they was trying to crown Tatum like publicly, especially ESPN was really trying to crown Tatum
This
early.
guy at the top was trying to crown Tatum.
I
I
I
wouldn't say I
wasn't
was
trying to
proud
say
of
And
him.
the
I was,
sad part is he had me on he was pulling me along with him, and then
Hey, he had to do. I said if he did this, you got to look at him this way. He ain't want to do it. He,
couldn't.
well, you know what? I don't think it was him not wanting it bad enough or not trying. He just ran up against a buzzsaw.
I don't think he really knew or understood where he was at. You get what I'm
The
saying?
moment.
Yeah, because the reality is, I forget who they knocked off first round, but they played.
That's got to stop.
Bro, that was so trash.
That's
They did that with Devin Booker last year too.
yeah,
Remember?
they did. I don't know why. I don't know
Set
why
book
the
girl for
media.
failure.
I don't know why the media is so obsessed with the new Kobe. They got to stop doing
Bro.
it. They
I
got to
mean,
stop.
when he was handing out them challenges, and I get you want. I get it. A lot of people want to see, the people that he was challenging actually step up and stand up to their challenges and all that. But the boys ain't it. That ain't it. Shoot,
It, it,
Kobe fell
yeah,
short a couple times. People forget Kobe what mailed it in against the Pistons. Kobe remember he ended up not shooting one whole game. He
I
would
think that was
mail it
against.
in.
I think that was against the Suns in the first round.
Oh, well, he just mailed it in just to
Yeah,
prove a point.
yeah.
but it's different though, bro.
Remember, he took the Suns 7 games, and I'm no huge Kobe defender, just to be clear.
Me either.
But he took the Suns 7 games in that series with Smush Parker and I don't even know who else, bro. And I remember that series was his way of saying, "Hey, get me somebody." So I mean that wasn't the case here with Tatum. I mean Tatum.
It wasn't Tatum.
What happened?
What it was the guy who was following him around the court had him shook.
Bro, stop, bro. We always do that, bro. If you're gonna get into that superstar category, it don't matter who's in front of you.
Agreed.
It don't matter. So I don't care if it was Andrew Wiggins. I don't care if it was Bruce Bowen. I don't care if it was Gary Payton in his prime. If you're gonna put yourself in that category, you got to go get me a bucket. You got to go get me buckets consistently. He ain't do it.
He had way too many
Oh,
turnovers.
say what's up to y'all? She just ran up in here.
What up,
I'm
y'all?
so sorry. Hi.
Yeah, but yeah, man, now you can't get up in there and be in that superstar category, superstar range, and then be like, oh well, it's because he had Andrew Wiggins guarding him. Like that's a joke, bro. That's a joke.
And you know what? The other part about that is people talk about, being able to get a bucket. I remember people trashing Steph back in 2015 or whatever it was, when they lost to the Cavs.
16.
No, matter of fact, the one where they won when Iggy had
Okay,
MVP.
I think that was 15. Yeah.
So he averaged like 25 for the series. He was 25, 5 and 5 or something like that. Doesn't get 26, 5 and 5. Doesn't get Finals MVP, whatever. But they were like, well, he had a bad series. And I was like, nah, he had a bad game, one bad game, and then he was getting his buckets. Matter of fact, he had one game he dropped like 38. But he was getting his buckets. Whereas, you never really felt fully confident in what Tatum was doing. But everybody gave what was Delanova or whatever his name is, guys out of the league right now. Everybody gave him all that credit for stopping him. Oh, he was he was always on Curry. When in truth, it wasn't really the case. Did Curry not drop 30 a game? No. But 25, 26 a game in a series like that, it is what it is.
Well,
Tatum never was the best player on his team at all. That was Jaylen Brown.
I would agree with that. But can we argue this though, right? Because we can look at numbers, but when we say go get a bucket, that's about getting a bucket when I have to have it.
How much excuse does Tatum get for being only 24?
None. The standard is excellence, bro. Like we
set that standard.
But and even worse, he dragged Kobe into it. If he came into the finals on some, man, I'm really here to enjoy this moment and play my best ball. Nah, I got you, bro.
My boy talked like he was about to come in and just run off the next 6.
Yeah, like he was about to average 40 a game. Yeah, man.
Hey, he was acting like he was going to come in and be like, yeah, I'm going to put my name in the GOAT conversation. Like, that's just right. What it is right now. That's how you felt.
Right. Yeah, it's like, honestly, y'all going to feel me type stuff, man. And it didn't happen. But I'll tell y'all this. And talk about the numbers thing again, Terrence, because it reminded me of when the Thunder played the Heat, right? Because I remember Durant and Westbrook getting off the whole series, and the averages is Durant was giving you 36 and 2, right? And Westbrook was giving you 27, 6 and 6, right? The point is that them numbers were there, right? And that was the way that team was constructed. But I don't remember an impactful Russell Westbrook in that game. I just remembered the volume. And that's why I think Steph in that 2015 finals got hurt, is because they looked at the impact and they remembered a couple big plays from Iggy, right? But this series, we remember when they blew it open. What was it, a 21-point run or whatever it was? All you saw was Steph draining them. That was Steph's, in my opinion. I remember Steph that entire run. I think Wiggins had a couple in there, whatever. Draymond had one.
I think everybody was hitting. It was.
But Steph got him going. Steph got him going, and then when they got close, Steph came back with another dagger right to the back.
Yeah.
So he definitely deserved that one, man. But I can't co-sign the I guess the sensationalism that people was on with Jason Tatum, and I think part of it is because it was in Boston. You know, people want Boston to be back. I think that's a natural thing for the NBA.
Yeah.
Right? But they was doing too much for Tatum, bro. Way too much for Tatum, bro.
And it's so funny. You talk about that series with Durant and Westbrook and how they played both 27 and 30 average, like I almost combined like 57 points, 58 points or whatever. Crazy. And then you look at what Harden did. Harden just completely shit the bed. Like
that was the worst.
That was the problem.
Garbage.
That Heat series was that Harden was their sixth man.
Yep.
And he was a non-factor in that series.
Yep.
He was garbage. And then there was nobody else to get a bucket. At the time, Ibaka wasn't scoring like that.
No.
Like
he was strictly there to rim protect pretty much.
Yeah. It was Harden had to get those buckets, and he shot I think 35%.
He was terrible.
Like just was terrible. Just completely shit the bed. I think it gave us a precursor for what his career was going to be.
Dare I say, I think that's why I think for me this Tatum thing is so glaring, because it's not like Al Horford didn't give you the series of his life,
bro. Horford was keeping them in that game.
I agree.
I would say Jaylen Brown was the better wing player all series.
He was, period. Point blank, period. No questions.
Robert Williams is maybe the best shot blocker in the game.
Yeah.
Like you got enough. You got enough from your other guys, bro, to get the job done, in my opinion.
What you don't want to hear, Maya? What I said?
I'm not sure.
All right, whatever.
Might have been something you said earlier, but I just that's my problem with the Tatum situation. Is like your others showed up. You're supposed to be the superstar, and everybody else showed up, in my opinion. Now Boston's main problem is they don't have a real point guard. They need to address the point guard.
They didn't need Kimba, I guess.
They need to address the point guard situation.
I don't know how they didn't need Kimba in this situation.
But if you can't tell me you're gonna get another series like that out of Al Horford, like you just can't convince me,
bro.
He might be ready to retire.
Exactly.
He was banging in threes consistently.
This year might have been at Horford's last and best shot.
Matter of fact, I think we was playing a shot for every 3-pointer. Somebody picked Al Horford. I was like, man.
Remember, I watched the first game with you.
Yeah.
And I was telling people, and Horford did it, but I kept telling people, if you got to bank on Horford to win you the series, I'll take my chances. Now, the first game, Horford pulled it out. Didn't he go like 8 for 10 for 3 in the first game?
Yeah, he dropped like 28.
Like, just ridiculous. But
they blew their load in that first game, though.
I think so.
They try to win the series game 1, and Golden State knew it's a crime.
To be true, Golden State should have blew them out the first game.
For sure.
They came back in that first game, and then I think that was kind of like the climax of the series.
Well, Pete this. Horford, he finished the series with 12 and 8, basically 13 and 9, right? If you told me coming into that series, Horford gives you 13 and 9, Jaylen Brown gave him 23 and 7. You know, it's really your boy just had to show up. Tatum just had to show up. Marcus Smart did his little.
He does what he does. Like if you're counting on Marcus Smart for offense, you're already behind the 8 ball there.
No,
he shot. So basically, Tatum came out there and did what Patrick Ewing did against the Rockets in '94.
Right.
He came out there. The volume numbers look all right. They look solid, 21, 7, and 7. You get that out of a guy, you like, damn, that's some solid numbers. But when you look, he shot 36%.
Yeah, Patrick.
You can't have your superstar shoot 36%.
Yeah.
He was shooting better from 3 than he was from the field, period.
Yeah, they should 45.
Tatum was doing the same thing. Tatum was actually shooting good from 3.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, Tatum.
Oh, yeah. But he can't, which is so disappointing to me. He would be a much better mid-range scorer if he would commit to it.
That's right.
They shot what, 120 free throws compared to the compared to like 95 Warriors. I mean, you had the free throw advantage. You were obviously the bigger team. You were initially dominating on the board.
The more athletic team.
Mm-hmm.
This was their shot, and now you telling me they're gonna beat Giannis again with Giroux and Middleton?
Wouldn't have beat Giannis this year if
Middleton was there. No,
Middleton was healthy. He wouldn't have beat him this year.
Not to mention, what if they go get help? What if they do pull off a trade for Lillard? What if they do bring in Bill?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. I'm just saying, like you're not gonna get that shot like that too many more times. Like,
I agree. Everybody's saying, "Oh, they're young, they'll be back." It don't always work like that. We've seen too many times. We thought Oklahoma City after that Heat finals was gonna have a run.
Exactly.
They never got back. And that team eventually broke up.
That was looking like a dynasty.
Well, that was Presti's fault too,
But my point, you never know what can happen. Jaylen Brown might say, "Man, I want to go somewhere and get a max contract and show I can lead my own team."
Hey,
he might do that.
If Orlando, as an Orlando Magic fan, I definitely wouldn't mind. I mentioned it in the chat. What if Jaylen Brown decides he wants to step out of Vince Carter's shadow like T-Mac did?
Yeah.
I know. I said what I meant to say. Vince or T-Mac stepping out of.
No, I hear you. That's what I'm saying though. Like
he. To me, he showed that he's that dude when he wanted to go get buckets.
Again, we just mentioned that he's old. He was critical to their run. How you gonna? I don't know how you replace Al Horford.
You can't pick him up in free agency.
He's not out there.
Robert Williams is good, but he ain't gonna give you the offense that Al Horford's gonna give you.
Right.
He ain't shooting a 3.
Robert
Williams doesn't have offense. He's a lob guy. He's a.
So you can't. I don't know, man. If you a Celtics fan, I don't think you can bank on being back. Right. You missed out, but with all that said,
and then if the Heat improve, you can't deny them.
He's still there.
Jimmy Butler's still doing his damn thing.
You gotta think maybe Brooklyn eventually figures this thing out. I don't know.
That's always a threat,
right? As long as you got like KD, KD, you're a threat.
I was surprised they beat Brooklyn. I was surprised
they swept them. I wasn't too surprised they beat them.
They swept them.
Because Brooklyn didn't play together the whole year, so I was kind of like, it wasn't too shocking to me that they beat them. But a sweep, I thought KD would get you 1 or 2. But with all that said, man, let's talk about the actual winner.
Wardell
with Golden,
Steph and Curry.
Yeah, man. What does this do for Steph? Were y'all one of these people that thought Steph needed this to cement a legacy, or what do y'all think?
I never thought he needed to cement a legacy. I thought he needed to be top 10.
So you think he's top 10? That top 10's a beast. I don't know who you think.
And that's the tough problem. Like for me, because for me, he's there, but who am I dropping out? Like, who am I dropping out of the top 10 to put him in? And then on top of that, I think if he won another one, you really got to consider him top 5.
If he went to win another one, then top 10. I mean, we can drop. Hell, if he wins another one, I don't know who's in your top 10.
I mean, you're gonna have you gonna have Jordan and LeBron, obviously.
You're not touching that.
All right. Then this is my personal.
He's got 4. If he wins another one, that's 5.
Huh?
He has 4 now. If he wins another one, that's
5. Yeah. But now
then he's in Magic Johnson territory, right?
So you're gonna have Magic Johnson in there, Larry Bird's in there, Kareem's in there, Wilkes in there.
You drop Bird
Tim Duncan's in my top 10, Larry Bird's in my top 10, and then for me, where I wanna have him in there. Did I say I didn't say Timmy yet?
No, you just did. You just did.
So that's 8 still, right? And then like 9 and 10. Whatever.
LeBron.
But I got Hakeem in my top 10 as well.
Well, let me jump in because
you don't have Shaq in your top 10. Then.
Shaq is 10. I only had 8. Shaq is my top.
You got
is
2.
10.
You got.
I got 5 big men. I got 4 or 5 big men
That's
in my
what I'm
top
like.
10.
You got. I like Olajuwon. Me, I would have Olajuwon maybe over Duncan personally.
Can I throw this out there? So an unbiased list, meaning that I didn't make it, right? And it's the one I shared with y'all in the group.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They had Jordan, Braun, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Shaq, Bird, Wilt, Bill Russell, Tim Duncan. That's how they rounded out the top.
I hate to do stuff like this.
It's tough.
Here we go.
Wilt's got to go.
Why? Why Wilt? All-time leads. Well,
I get I get the crazy numbers, but I just take account of the time period. And
so does Bill go too?
Kinda. When we had 10 teams in the league, and I get it. He won a bunch of championships with the 10-team league, and
people hate hearing that plumbers and whatchamacallit line.
No, I don't say that. I don't like to disrespect the players to the point where I'm calling them a bunch of plumbers and stuff.
I could have made the league back then.
Even though players back then did have other jobs.
Right.
I don't really like to say that, but man, Wilt's who's the next tallest person next to Wilt? He played in an era where he was literally the anomaly. Like
it was Wilt and Bill. Like it was Wilt and Bill. And what was the other cat name? Can't remember his name right now. But he was not Artist Gilmore.
No, he's talking about big guys. Gilmore.
It was a big.
Oh, okay.
It might have been Gilmore. It was
It might be who you're talking about, but it just for me, it's like I know Wilt has all those crazy records that'll never be broken. Like I get all of that. I don't know.
Can we do this? Can we do this though? If we even took that list and took away those 2 guys, right? So take out a Wilt and take out a Bill Russell, because to an extent, I agree with you, L. Like, my general rule with college football, NFL, is if the leagues wasn't segregated, I don't completely segregated and look like they do now. I don't count, right?
No, I'm with you.
Don't tell me about Notre Dame winning a title in 1922 before they let black people play football in the South, right? So
100% with you.
Okay, so I kind of get that point, right? So let's say you take out Wilt and Bill Russell from that list, and you put in, say, Hakeem Olajuwon, and I don't know who the other person T added was.
He had
right now the list.
I had Timmy and Hakeem in there.
So here goes. It's Jordan, Braun, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Shaq, Bird. Now it'd be Tim Duncan, add Olajuwon, right? And we have one spot open. If we took those 2 out, to me now it makes sense to throw Steph
in there, right?
In the 10, right? But I would also say this is just me personally. I don't, unless Steph does something crazy and gets to like 8 rings, right? I think the ceiling is kind of where he is now. Like, how does he get past number 2 to sit in number 2, right? That's just how I feel about it.
If he gets 6 rings, he's number 2.
I don't think so.
Why? Because he no.
Because in the same era.
I'm gonna let y'all finish, but I got something to go.
Go ahead. In the same era.
In the same era, right? You have a guy that literally walked on a court and makes a franchise relevant by himself, right? That's LeBron James. Nobody else can say they can do that. Nobody else can say they can do that, and he's done it for.
Well, Giannis has, but
who?
Giannis has.
Giannis did it right away.
Not right away, but he's.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, so you talking about okay?
This man literally walked on the court and said, "Hey, I'm going to make you relevant tomorrow." Nobody else can do that. That's unheard of to me, and I don't think a 5th ring or a 6th ring takes away from that. Steph's the greatest shooter of all time, but there's no way you lining up a basketball team right now. Both these guys.
I mean, that's like what Jordan did with Chicago, right? Chicago was a laughing stock. Mike got there, and then that whole thing went.
But you want me to tell you, and I'll say this: as a kid watching Jordan, we all did as kids, right? That's some of the most amazing stuff we've seen because we all went to the basketball court the next day and tried to do that stuff, right? But there is the reality that the person that's more synonymous with winning than Michael, right? To give him his credit too is Phil Jackson, right? Phil Jackson is synonymous with more championships than Michael Jordan is, just because he's around, right? And I'm not taking away from Jordan's excellence. He's number one to me. I've said that. Told my dad to shave his head because I want him to look like the guy, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Jordan's the guy for me. Braun's the two, but those guys are transcendent. I think Steph is transcendent. But you could not tell me that. How long did it take Golden State to get going? Steph was drafted in 2009?
It took 5 years.
Took a few years, yeah.
He was drafted in 2009, so it took 5 years, right? 5 years of building that core, getting that stuff going, whatever. This man LeBron showed up. Tomorrow, he was the guy.
Well, he was. When you say he's the guy, what are you saying right now?
Well,
like,
he changed.
because it's not like he came in, he just started winning titles.
Let me say this, because this is how I view this conversation. I feel like if Steph wins 6 or 5 or 6, accomplishment wise, he's gonna be top
the resume. The resume
is gonna stack up top 3. I think this is kind of like a Tom Brady situation for me, where I could probably name 10 quarterbacks more talented than Tom Brady.
Yep.
But his accolades are bar none, and he goes down as the GOAT because of it. I think you're gonna be able to name a bunch of players that were probably better than Steph. But his resume might stack up with anybody's when it's all said and done. I don't know how you leave him out of that top 4 or 5 conversation. You feel me?
But with Tom Brady, how did Tom Brady prove everybody wrong? Right?
Winning way more championships than anyone else.
Right. Just longevity.
How did he prove everybody wrong?
About what?
About him. That he's a Belichick product.
Oh, well, okay. He went to Tampa and he won one, but
with a team.
Allen Iverson and Giannis in his top 10.
I mean, that's his opinion, right?
How old are you? 12?
Hold on. Timmy's got Dwayne Wade as the 3rd best player. What the
Westbrook? Hey, I'm ignoring him. I ain't talking to him. I ain't getting pulled into that. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way.
But Timmy, you got about 3 players there that I would have 4 players. Mike, LeBron, Kobe, and Shaq are the only ones that I would put in my top 10 off of your list. Everybody else, holy cow.
Allen Iverson, boy.
Chris Paul's not better than Isaiah Thomas. Stop it. Neither is
Chris Paul better than Shaq.
Neither is Russell Westbrook. Allen Iverson, I love me some AI, but come on, man.
AI might be my top 2 favorite. He might be my favorite ever. I love AI.
I never bought into that.
I thought if Giannis would have got it done this year, I thought Giannis was going to start making a case for a really like a top 15 guy.
If he did it this year, come on, man.
If he went back to back, yeah, because now he did what he did.
If he went back to back, bro, that'd be crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that'd be
He
crazy.
didn't do it. He didn't do it.
The thing is, it's not out of his realm yet. What is it? 26?
Right.
Giannis 26.
It doesn't matter if it's not in order. It shouldn't even be. You got about 6 players that shouldn't even be in there.
He gave us his all-time 2K roster.
Giannis 27, right?
Yeah.
Giannis can still go back to back. Giannis could run out 3 at some point.
Giannis's career isn't close to
being
written. Yeah,
I can see Giannis ending with 4 rings.
Far from being written.
I think, and what it comes down to me for like this, Steph isn't winning. Steph won his rings, and why I would be willing to move him above LeBron is he's won his rings while LeBron was competing against him. LeBron's in the league
argument.
and competing against him. If he gets to 6 rings with the way that his cultural impact, his impact on the game of basketball, I know you don't like to hear that part, Jerg, but what he did as far as changing the game because the moment arrived for him or however it came. Sure. But all of those things, including having 6 rings, just like Jordan.
I think he changed the game for the negative, though.
Well, hold on a second.
The only reason I say that is because there's nobody that can do what he does. This isn't like athleticism and dunking, right? We see this problem with Trae Young. Trae Young thinks he's Steph and he's not, and
right.
You see that problem in Trae Young's game where he starts thinking he can just jack up shots and he ain't that guy. I think he's changed the game, but I don't know if he's changed it for the better. Too many times, man, I'm watching NBA basketball and teams pass up perfectly good layups for a transition 3, and I'm like, why?
Well,
Aaron.
hold on.
Go ahead.
That's because that's what I was going to. Because Aaron puts the nail in the coffin. Because
That's not it for me.
but it's reality though.
That argument's
Because
got
And I want to discuss
that
that.
argument's
Go
got
ahead.
to stop because he's won 2
Why?
without him.
No.
Two without him.
So you give him. So you guys just said he went toe to toe with LeBron in his era. And the second he lost to LeBron James in the finals, what'd they do?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So I call up my homeboy. We're gonna ride, and my homeboy just happens to be a better basketball player than me, arguably as good.
Whoa.
So now KD's not a better
Well, he ain't. Okay,
basketball
he is.
player
Because
at the time. That's not even a discussion.
Okay.
Right. So I call up the better basketball player than me, and I take a back seat in the middle of my run. Right. So you're saying 4, but 4 out of those 4, 2 of those are. I got to let my homeboy take this one because that's what I need to stay on top. That's what that was, bro. That's what that was.
Boxing Monster, be quiet. Like, so listen, I hear you. My thing is this: if LeBron James knew how to do that, he'd have another ring. If he did that when he came to Miami and he took a backseat away and knew how to play and do what Steph did while playing with KD, we're looking. He has another ring. He doesn't.
No, but y'all would knock him for it, T. Y'all would knock him for it. If LeBron James, the best player in the world, clearly the best player in the world,
he will. So we can knock him for a loss then instead.
He gets knocked for the loss as is.
Well,
okay, I'm just saying, but I'd rather have a ring and get knocked for like, oh, my boy stepped up this series.
What works again? The problem with LeBron that these other players don't have to deal with it, whether it's fair or not. LeBron has always been compared to the ghost, to the greatest, He
was self-anointed too,
and a lot of that has to do with
a
part of a lot of that is LeBron's own fault. But
this is what we just went in on Tatum about.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Except he's lived up to it.
But LeBron didn't get on Slam
that,
Magazine and put the King on Slam Magazine when he was 17.
He had chosen one tattooed on his back at 17.
Because they called him that. He embraced it. Terrence, if I was 17 years old and you call me the chosen one, I'm gonna walk around like I'm the biggest MF that ever walked the planet.
I'm not gonna lie, I would too, but I'm saying, but you deal with the heat that comes from it.
Time out. It's not my daddy, it's not my uncle telling me that. This is the entire basketball world telling me I'm the next big thing. And I'm the best basketball prospect to ever has lived. I wouldn't be feeling myself.
My point is that he's always had to be compared to that. Guys like KD, like I always hear, I always hate when people say, man, KD or Steph or one of these other players are doing this, but if that was Bron, he'd be getting cooked. Bro, Bron is, unfortunately, you don't have to like it. You don't have to think it's fair. He's held to a different standard because of his level of greatness. It just is what it is. None of these other players have ever been compared to Michael Jordan.
But that's why you can't take Bron out of 2. You just can't. There's always been one other compare. Even when Bron was in the league with Kobe, nobody was talking about Bron versus Kobe.
It's so terrible we didn't get that finals.
Correct. I agree.
Bron and Kobe. Who? Don't. I'm not crying about that.
Of course not.
You're not.
I'm not losing no sleep over that. I didn't want that final.
Of course not. I think that would have been the biggest.
Didn't we beat them in 6?
No, that would have been box office.
Yeah, that would have been like Jordan versus Magic. You know, that would have been.
It would have been.
That would have been like that, man. That would have been.
But if Ips was 5th, you know,
all 3 of us be drunk right now on the internet.
So. You know, hey, and that's what, and just to bring it to that, like that's why people really lose track of how good Dwight was, bro. Like I don't know how you can look at that playoff run and be like, damn, Hito didn't do a goddamn thing. Zay, Hito was going 4 for 17.
That was
hold on. Zay, who's your team? Because you never confirmed that to me.
I don't know whose team, man.
Well, Zay was a former Magic fan. That's what I know. I need to get some clarification in this chat. Y'all can go ahead, though. My bad. I just want to get some clarification.
But Hito would go 4 for 17 and then hit the game winner. Like it was annoying as you know. Hito would go
Hito
4 for 17 and then hit the game winner. I mean, is there a lie there? Like, what's the lie?
Terrence finna get.
I mean, we all saw it. Like, we all saw it. Like,
get about his magic.
We all saw it, man. Like Rashard Lewis would drop his, 19 and 9, and Dwight give us 25 and 15 or 16, and Hito would go 4 for 17 and hit the game winner, and everybody jumps up and down around him. That's how it go. Rafe Austin go in there, play it ball out. That was a good year, man. It was a good year to watch Magic basketball. It's a long time ago.
I'm looking at Hito. Hito did go crazy in the finals. It didn't mean much. It didn't do much. He went crazy though. He went crazy.
Crazy? What's
Hito
crazy?
was kind of dope. Well, considering the fact that he's Hito Turkoglu and not a superstar, he was going almost 50% from the floor, 43% from three, 18, 4, and 3. That's great. That's crazy for Hito Turkoglu. I'm not saying don't fight me.
I'm not arguing that.
I'm just saying that's crazy for Hito. That's crazy for Hito, man.
I'm not arguing that at all. And then you can look at that finals and you can realize, Dwight could have done better, but it was also a matter of how they played that game. Like, bro, they was throwing everybody at Dwight in that series. It was crazy how they was doubling. Bynum would be guarding and Powell's the one doubling them.
Right.
Like, they did everything to be like, all right, well, their shooters are going to have to beat us.
Right.
They put Michael Pietrus shit in bed. JJ Redick shit in bed.
I forgot about Michael Pietrus, bro.
Me too. So you just mentioned
Courtney Lee. Matter of fact, I'll put it this way, and Zay will probably agree with me. If Courtney Lee makes that layup,
I forgot about Courtney Lee too.
If Courtney Lee makes that wide open alley-oop layup, we probably win that series, man. That changed the whole
in the building with the $20 dub. What's up, Irv? Irv say, "What up, Polk? Can't stay."
Courtney blew that layup.
Just wanting to chime in and speak. Keep up the great work. What up, Phoenix? What up, Jerg? Man, shout out to Irv Gotti, man. Appreciate you coming through. Showing some love.
What they do,
especially with the $20. And Irv, what you want, man? Who you want? You want Dub? You want Jameis? Who you want?
Give them both.
You're right. I'm giving you both. Absolutely.
This is where I turn my camera off. I'll be back.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank. Yeah, more money. Yeah, more money.
Hey man,
I should know by now. He always asks for that. He always. I should know by now.
Hey, well, I remember watching that live, bro. When he walked out, I was like, man, this gonna be a.
That's what made him the GOAT for me. That Super Bowl performance made him the GOAT for me.
Hey,
the way he carried himself that entire game just made I never seen nothing like.
And
it.
I was scared.
At that point,
I was scared of Mike Vick, bro.
I never seen nothing like.
I was scared of Mike Vick.
He took a pump back. That crazy catch, and then man. We ain't finna get started on pure war.
Hey, hold up. Was that a Purple Chickens reference? Virginia Tech? Was that a Purple Chickens?
Yeah, it was.
We had one of those in the minute.
They ain't been nothing since the Vick brothers got up out of there.
Not a damn thing.
I hate that. I hate that school with a passion, man. I can't stand them guys. Cannot stand them guys. Y'all go ahead. I heard.
I will say this. I mean. Steph did cement his legacy, man. I think he is quite possibly top 10. If people have him in the top 10, I wouldn't argue it too hard.
Agreed.
So, I might even have him in mind. I don't really know, but he is who he is, man. And I think he got a chance to win one or two more. I don't think
the Warrior dynasty is quite done yet.
Nah,
because that core is very young, man.
It's the youth that they brought in. It's crazy.
James Wiseman is there. Like
they reloaded.
Wiseman is right there. Everybody talks about, this is a small team. Well, next year they're not going to be because Wiseman is all of 7 foot.
They reloaded though, man. Like Wiseman, Kuminga, Moody.
Yeah, Poole comes out of nowhere. Moody, Kuminga, who gonna replace Wiggins when that you know, I guess they probably let Wiggins walk.
Wiggins for to go get paid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll let Wiggins walk at some point. And
Wiggins just got himself a max, man. So somebody for get Wiggins
right
max.
into that role. So it's like, yeah.
But they reloaded, man. And
I think they can win one more before Steph retires.
He could,
because it is hard.
I got him going back to back.
And Clay's not the same player. Especially
he's not.
Clay's defense is a little bit more glaring than it ever used to be. He used to be really good defender.
He almost shot him out of that game.
Yeah. You got to wait to see who Clay is, though, fully after the injury, right?
Like, I think a good, healthy offseason and training and getting back to who he is. He might be back to who he is. We'll see. But, I mean, it's not like they're with what he was, that was still good enough to run through the playoffs pretty easily. I won't say easily, but they did well. They were dominant at some points.
Sure.
Like, to go on a 21-0 run in the finals against a team in the NBA finals.
Mm-hmm. No, that's
to do what they did against, to do what they did against the Mavericks, like the way that they handled Luka is going to be an amazing guy, but like the way that they handled it, like
this Luka fan. But I would have took Luka in the finals over Tatum. It's
absolutely.
Like, at least Luka gonna give me 40. At least he gonna give me 40.
A solid 42. And he gonna give
now Wiggins might go for 40 on him, like we saw, or 30 on him.
But he did it anyway.
But come on, man. Tatum, like.
Hey, I'm for to pull up on you, bro. You call me casual fan, boy. What?
Man.
Hey, don't act like you don't know who I am, man.
Yes, always talk junk.
What? Stop.
So let me ask. Cause Alo, you have brought this up, man.
Yeah.
Unrelated to the topic, but we was talking this week about quarterbacks, right? We was talking this week about quarterbacks in that top 5 list. I see some other thing, another, I guess.
I saw a top 50 list that looked a little bit more accurate.
Correct.
Let me
see this is what got me thinking, right? Is how soon can we verify the list, right? Meaning, when are we actually going to see these guys play somebody? So I start digging through schedules and stuff. I didn't know week 1 of college football was that loaded this year. I don't know if y'all really peeped the schedule. But I did not realize that, number one, Oregon played Georgia. I don't know how I missed that. That's a huge game, right? That's a huge game. I think Oregon gets blown out.
And Lanning's going to get embarrassed.
I think but I think that's a huge game. But to the quarterback talk, I didn't know that Notre Dame played Ohio State to start the year. I didn't know that. Notre Dame starts off with Ohio State.
When's the last time they played Ohio State? I feel like
I don't know.
That's a fresh matchup. I don't know the last time they've played each other.
I can't remember, but that's CJ Stroud game 1 versus we know Notre Dame, right? Yeah. Like there's always this is supposed to be an experienced, you know what I'm saying, Notre Dame, whatever defense, but I don't know, man. And then the other one, your boy Richardson, right? Well, not your boy, but Anthony Richardson. Utah goes to Florida to start the year. I didn't know that either. I don't know how I missed that.
That actually could be a pretty good game.
That's intriguing. He's supposed to be this. What Buddy say he was top 10? Did he call him
top 5?
No, they had him top 5. BB, you still in the chat?
Did they have him over Caleb? They had him over Caleb Williams.
Did they?
They had him. It was.
I know it was Young.
It was Young Stroud.
Van Dyke.
I think Van Dyke was 3 or 4.
Hold on, I gotta go find that again.
Nah, Caleb had to be third. Van Dyke
Caleb had to be top 5, bro.
Ain't no way they ain't had Caleb third, bro. No, they had that other dude. Caleb wasn't top 5. It was somebody else.
Caleb wasn't in the top 5.
It's Will Levis.
Levy, the kid out of Kentucky, right?
I gotta go to our chat for that.
I gotta find it.
And then I'm like, Spencer Rattler's. I'm not saying he's the greatest, but he's probably better than Richardson. I mean, come on. I'm not saying Richardson don't have potential. I'm not saying he can't be good. Just show me where he's earned this hype.
But I mean, if he's that dude, you get to see him prime time versus Kentucky versus Utah week 1. Utah's not like a slouch team. I mean, they're not special, right?
Yo, it was Tanner
That's not a South.
McKee.
Was that?
Yeah, no, it's a Stanford kid. Yeah,
Tanner
Tanner
McKee.
Stanford kid. Yep.
Get the
Who do
fuck
they got?
out of here.
Who do they got week 1? Cincinnati at Arkansas. That's interesting to see what
That
Cincinnati
is interesting.
That's very
Arkansas was
interesting.
good. Arkansas was a good team last year.
They're very good last year. UNC at Appalachian State. That's going to be one that I probably watch. But who you said Tanner McKee or Stanford, right? Hold up. Okay, they don't got nobody week 1. I would have liked to see him in a big game week 1 just because.
What is that? What is week 1? What day is that?
September 3rd, Saturday, September 3rd.
Is that week 1?
Yeah, Saturday, September. Well, technically, it starts August 27th as week 0.
Okay.
But the real week 1 starts that following Saturday.
I'm about to say, don't we have a game before then?
We got Duquesne.
Yeah, I got Duquesne. Yeah, why y'all start so weird, boy?
Hey man, let us figure
need
this shit
to.
out.
Let
us figure this. Let's get this figured out.
We need that game.
Y'all got Duquesne on August 27th.
Hey, I'll take it.
That's Jamboree time in high school, dog.
Hey, I'm with it. We need all that.
So hold on. So that means y'all got 11 days before. No, y'all got 10 days before LSU. Is that what that is? Y'all do Duquesne, and then in 10 days y'all play LSU or something like that. Am I tripping?
Whenever the Labor Day weekend.
It's like 8 days.
8 days. Okay, so you got the warm up before LSU either way. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
8-9 days. Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, we need that because then we run off. It's them, Louisville, and it gets interesting.
So you got a quarterback matchup, right? Week 2, USC at Stanford in week 2. That's supposed to be a quarterback matchup. Prime time on ABC. I don't know if Stanford gonna score more than 25 points in a game with this elite quarterback that they have, but that's supposed to be another one. I'm trying to just see when these quarterbacks play some comp, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that was an interesting little list. I mean, Bryce Young's going to be Bryce. I think we all agree Bryce Young number 1.
Yeah, Bryce Young and Stroud. They'll be.
I'm gonna be spending a lot of time watching high school football though. So I'm watching my favorite high school quarterback almost every chance I get.
Who that?
My boy out at Denton.
Jackson Arnold, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow Jackson Arnold, man. He's sharp.
Hey, I became that state championship game made me a believer.
Yeah, he's sharp.
He was a better quarterback.
Absolutely. 100%.
He was a better quarterback. 100%. I seen him play like 3 games. He was clearly better than the number 1 quarterback in the nation last year.
I think one thing we haven't talked about, man, is how much trouble. This is my opinion. I think Clemson's in real big trouble right now.
I think so. Why so? Explain.
So you have what was an embarrassment of riches for a very long time, and Clemson didn't miss at quarterback for the better part of a decade, right? I mean,
Go ahead. Right? You're about to say it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but you go from Taj Boyd to Deshaun Watson to what was it, Kelly Bryant for like a season. Then you go to Trevor Lawrence, and by all accounts, Ugalele was supposed to be. I mean,
in the next one.
Yeah. I mean, he looked the part, especially when he filled in a spot duty against Notre Dame. But now that seems like it's done. It seems like the quarterback run is done. You lose Venables, right? So that consistency defensively, you may have a guy that learned under Venables or something, but it's not going to be the same. There's just no way that it's the same, right? But I can't think of anybody at Clemson outside of that running back because I think he's pretty nice. Was it Shipley?
Shipley's good.
Shipley's nice. You got Shipley and you got the D tackle receive.
They still got defensive talent.
Yeah, and you got it's only front 4 talent. It's only front 4.
Yeah,
it's only front 4. I don't see anything on the back end that's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they had 6 on the ACC first team, I think total 6 players.
And most of them were defensive linemen, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they had like 3 of the 4 spots at linemen.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, man. I don't. Clemson was scary for a minute. I think nationally they're not in that scary conversation. And I don't know if y'all see the same thing, but I just don't think they're in a
Well, I
great
definitely
spot.
think they're vulnerable. I agree with you. Like they're
Yeah.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ran off. Well, they had Miles Murphy, Brian Brees, Tyler Davis. Then they got the
Those,
linebacker Trenton Simpson, and
Hmm.
then they got a safety on there, Andrew Mukuba.
who?
Uh,
I don't
Mukuba.
even know who that is,
I
bro.
don't know either.
Stop it.
I'm,
Stop
I'm
it.
surprised at that. Like, I think that's just like, hey, it's Clemson, so let's give it to him type of
That's
thing.
what it sounds. It's probably a 17th year senior
That's what I
that
think.
has a lot of tackles from last year. That's probably what it is. But
Yeah, and then no, and then they got Xavier Thomas coming off the bench out there, which is interesting. I'm surprised at that, but he's on second team.
mhm.
That's
No,
why I
their,
was think
their
I was
D line is legit. I mean, they have some legit guys up front, but I just don't see again just that worrisome. You know what I'm saying, man? Like you saw Clemson on the schedule, and Clemson had reached like I guess Bama status in terms of like not invincibility, but in terms of being that good. I don't think they're that good right now, especially after what we saw last year. I don't think they're that good. Um, I don't know. I just think they're in a little, and I think recruiting is about to slip for them too. It kind of feels that way. That
I want to
recruiting is
see.
going to slip.
I want to see what a what a Clemson defense looks like without its mad scientist that it's had since their run.
Right. Well, and the offense too. Right. I
What
mean,
about, so I'll say this about
what
Clemson.
offense?
I'll say this about Clemson though. They've been able to remember Chad Morris. They've been able to go from offensive coordinator to offensive coordinator, and then part of that is that they've recruited the quarterback position very well. So it kind of, so I don't know. Probably not too worried about their offense. Not saying it's going to be good, but
sure.
Dabo's found a way.
Sure.
If he can find a quarterback, maybe they'll be fine. I don't know how this Klubnik kid is. I watched the spring of him. He didn't look. He
He's
looked like
not that good, bro.
he looked like a freshman. I won't say he's not good. I won't.
We
He
we
just
watched him live, bro.
yeah, he looked like
He's
a
all
freshman.
right.
He looked like a freshman. So
Mhm.
We watched him live. He all right.
if DJ taking snaps, yeah, I'm not scared of that offense at all.
Mhm.
He's not gonna take. He's not. He's. I don't think he comes in year one. And he's ready to play. The guy we watched,
I
he's
agree.
not gonna walk on the field and take.
And even if they
DJ,
do
like,
give him the reins,
it's nothing to worry about.
right? Don't expect a lot of growing pains from that.
They had better talent. The reason why he won the state championship game is because they had better talent on the defensive side.
Wow.
They had a ridiculous pass rush, and it was honestly bad play calling by
Sure.
the Denton head coach, and
Sure.
he didn't make them feel to run any threat for them run
Now,
at
I
all.
do think their running game is good though.
Sure. No, Shipley's legit.
I mean, Shipley is the only reason I feel like they beat us in that
Right.
game. You go back and watch that game. Like we couldn't do nothing with him.
I really thought we had that game too.
We had it, we had it, but we couldn't really
Yeah.
do much on
Sad
offense.
day, sad day.
Yeah.
Adrian, you don't think Clemson doesn't look as again they used to look like they were invincible, say on the recruiting trail.
They definitely look. Like I said, they definitely vulnerable.
It just doesn't feel the same, right?
Definitely
Like
vulnerable.
as it did a couple years ago.
And part of that also has to do with Dabo. I think somebody actually said in the chat, but Dabo, right, Mike? Dabo's stubbornness.
Sure.
So he refuses. He spoke out against the transfer portal, and he refuses to take guys out of the portal. If you look at Clemson, they don't take portal guys.
Mm-hmm.
He should to fill the holes that team has, but for whatever reason, I guess he feels like he was well enough.
Do what you do, Playboy.
But even Saban takes guys out of the portal, right? So I don't know why he feels like he's above it all that he can't take guys out of the portal. So
they talk all that Clemson, standard and all that stuff. Man, y'all better get with it because y'all can get left behind.
agree. You gotta start addressing that, man.
You can get left behind.
Absolutely.
Somebody said that Clemson is a run first team, which is true, right? But
They
AJ,
will be.
Well, but you remember I brought that up, man, because that keeps on coming up with Mario, bro. Like, if you really dig into these play callers, like you think about, and I think I put up the numbers on Oklahoma with Lincoln Riley. You think about Oklahoma, you think about quarterback play. I think there's no doubt about that. Anybody, if you had to guess naked eye, you think Oklahoma's winging it. out there, and they're only calling like I think it's 44% pass or something like that. I mean, they're really a run heavy team by definition. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot more balance in college football than people lead on to believe is the whole point. You know what I'm saying? With the minus of the air raid, you know what I mean? Texas Techs of the world and all those guys, man. These teams that win run that damn football, man. Run that damn football.
That's one thing Clemson has never done is the O-line. They've never – they didn't have a good O-line last year. I don't really expect them to have a good one this year. So,
and they just took a 5-star last year, right? They take a 5-star? I'm tripping on the O-line.
They might have. They've recruited them, but for whatever reason, they haven't really developed them. Like if you look at the guys they recruited some big name guys. Those guys don't even go like in the top.
I think we get more guys drafted on the O-line than them.
You do,
yeah.
You do.
That's crazy, right? And
our line been trash since 2013.
And they actually recruit a few 5-stars on that side, but they don't send them to the league like that. But back to what you were just talking about, Jerg. Let's dig into that. Let's talk about Van Dyke for a little bit. I know people want to talk about Van Dyke, and some people don't know how he's gonna do the style of offense Mario had at Oregon. People are wondering, does that help or hurt Van Dyke?
And to say that, well, go ahead and answer that question. I got one to follow up on that too.
Well, I just think when I pull the numbers on it, it's really like people make that comment. I'm not going to say it's out of ignorance, but you have to look at the difference in what's available. We had that talk the last time we were on here, right? Is if you think about Oregon football, I can't think of a receiver that's ever made them, you know what I'm saying, pop. I can't think of Oregon having an elite anything on the edge. Not even a tight end. I can't even think of an Oregon tight end right now off the top of my head.
It was always the running backs.
It was a running football team. Chip Kelly, he drew that up well, but you can't think of that, right? But if you look at the percentages of plays called, Mario is really no different than a Nick Saban or any one of these guys. It really what matters is who's catching the football. Like that's what it comes down to. You know, if you don't got guys that can catch the football, then the offense is going to look like it's trash, especially in the pass game, right? Like, but let the internet tell it. Mario's running the ball first, second, third down
90% of the time.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what's happening, bro. But if you have a talent deficiency, like if you're not great at throwing the ball, you're never going to look like you're great at it. That's just simply how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Tampa Bay getting whooped like that?
Oh,
damn.
Oh, Lord.
Go
ahead, Terrence, because I got a question that I want to ask Jerg.
So my question is, and I want to know, and I think I saw you tweeted this, maybe it was on Twitter or 10 or 11 games. It has to be, right?
Sure.
With how they talk about Van Dyke, that's what you need.
Yeah. If Tyler's a top, what they have in the top 5. If Tyler's a top 5 quarterback in college football, then you have to win 10 or 11 games. That's no. I don't.
Why that? You feel like the talent around him like says, "Hey, we gotta win this many games for you to be." If you're this guy, the talent around you is good enough that you should win 10, 11 games.
Look, correct, because you.
So you're talking about 10, 11 games. You win 11 games, you're in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're fighting for ACC title for sure.
10 games, you in the ACC championship game.
Yeah, you should be absolutely
or around there. Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you should be there. Listen, when you're saying a top 5 quarterback in college football, right? That means there's only 4 people that are in my class, right? I'm going to assume that I'm the best quarterback in my conference at that point. Right?
Right.
You can't be the best quarterback in that conference and not win 10, 11 games. You can't. I don't see how that could be true. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, you know how I feel. I said the same thing about AR. They talking about he a top 5 guy. That means Florida's winning no less than 10 because you don't have that type.
Well, we all know AR in our top 5.
But you don't have that type of talent at that position and don't win a bunch of football games. Your floor is 10 games.
If you're top 5, for sure.
Top 5, your floor is 10 games.
That's why I would argue we talked about Sam Howell internally, right? Amongst ourselves and how Sam Howell fell so much. if you ask me, Sam Howell's colors started showing when they weren't winning games. I think you'd agree with that, Elo. Like before, he just, he looked kind of good, whatever. He made some big plays, right? But down the stretch, UNC started losing. They didn't look like a good program. Sam Howell consequently didn't look that good either, right? Now, if Sam Howell last year was a top 5 quarterback in the country, you're not going to tell me that UNC wasn't a 10 or 11 win team.
I mean, look what Pickett did to Pittsburgh.
Correct. Bingo.
10 games was the floor for that team.
Correct. And that was not a very talented Pitt team outside of
him and the wide receiver. Outside of him and the wide receiver. That's it. That's all they had.
Bingo.
So I'm glad someone else is saying it, because I 100% agree with you. I've been saying the same thing. If you got a top 5 guy, 10 wins is the floor.
And I'll say this, and this isn't because this is y'all in FSU room, right? But the reality is, you can't tell me that if Jordan Travis is a top 5 quarterback, you're not expecting to win 10 games. Like that's just what it is. Unless you play, I don't know, can a top 5 quarterback play in the SEC West and only win 8 games and get away with it? I don't know, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, because then he wouldn't be top 5. There's somebody in the conference probably better than him. And that's just the reality of the situation. Peter got Utah beating Florida, by the way. Peter got Utah beating. Oh.
I guess my question for you, though, is.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I guess my question for you, though, is. And this has been my question for Miami. I don't know if I'm worried as much about y'all's coaching as if I'm worried about how much was Rhett Lashley a part of Van Dyke's success. I always go back to that with that system that they ran, which he seemed to excel in, where from what I watched from Van Dyke, and don't hold on, let me slow down. Don't by all means correct me if I'm wrong, is what I'm trying to say. It was really a deep passing game with Van Dyke. Like it was really just drop back and throw the ball deep to Rambo a lot of times. I'm not saying he didn't make any intermediate throws. Yes, he did. I'm not saying, but the lethal part of his game was deep throws. I guess what I'm asking, if they slow it down for him, if they ask him to do a little bit more than Rhett was asking, can Van Dyke adjust? Are they going to ask Van Dyke to drop back and actually scan a field, which I don't feel like he did under Rhett Lashley, if I'm being quite honest with you. I don't feel like he went through 2 or 3 reads, but a lot of quarterbacks don't do that in today's college game anyway, if we're being honest.
Sure.
But is that what Gaddis and Mario are going to ask from him is my question.
So I always kind of defer to, you don't know what happens until it actually happens kind of thing, right? But the reality is that Mario and Gaddis come from the Saban tree. And the Saban tree says, you better meet what is the criteria of controlling the football game, which is you got to run the ball. You got to run the ball. You got to control trenches, things like that. I do think you can't look at Van Dyke and say his success, he can't have success independent of Lashley because you haven't seen anything else, right? But you also can't look at Van Dyke and say he doesn't have a skill set that isn't able to translate to another offense, right? Because it's not like Van Dyke was doing, doing the De'Aaron King, like De'Aaron King was doing at Houston with the design runs and things like that, and then saying, okay, well, how do I make this dynamic quarterback work in this system? What Lashley did very well was get the snap, look downfield. We're either throwing basically a touchdown or a check down. That's basically what he was doing under Rhett Lashley, right? I just think you're going to see the volume duck down, and the key is going to be is how much more efficient can Van Dyke be as a quarterback, because you're not going to have a majority pass. That's just not going to be a thing anymore, right? So Miami last year did 464 pass to 415 runs. That's about 51-49, 52-48, somewhere around there, right? In favor of the pass. I think it's going to be flipped. I think it's going to be, probably 48% pass, 45% pass, 52% run, whatever. Again, how efficient is Van Dyke?
Who's replacing Rambo?
We don't have I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer.
So you don't know what what receiver is going to come in and fill that spot.
No, but again, I didn't know this time last year what Charleston Rambo was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you did take him out the portal. He did come from Oklahoma. You kind of knew that he would be at least one or two.
I didn't know he was going to be that. I didn't know he was going to be downfield 30 yards.
Because you also didn't know Van Dyke was going to be a quarterback too, because you thought De'Aaron King would probably play the entire season. So
correct, but again, I'm not gonna. I can't project and tell you like right now. I don't. I say this based on proven. What's been proven, I don't see Charleston Rambo today. I don't know if we're gonna have one in August. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? That there's nothing that anybody's done to prove to me that hey, that guy can step in and have that same impact.
I think Van Dyke takes a step back. And it's not necessarily because it's his fault, but I think when you look at y'all's backfield, y'all have a loaded backfield. I'm not even gonna lie about your backfield. I definitely expect y'all to be run first for sure.
I think we have to be though. Like that's how winners win games, man. Like I don't know why there's like this obsession, you know what I'm saying, with throwing the football. Like it looks good. It looks really good, right? Like when it's humming, passing the football looks great. But like even with you guys, FSU, right? You think about that national championship team, you can't not think about Devontae Freeman and James Wilder. Y'all lined up with a fullback on plenty of occasions. You know what I'm saying? When y'all were making the championship run, like these guys, and again, where does Jimbo come from? He comes from the Saban tree too, doesn't he? These guys aren't stupid, bro. Like you have to find a way to move the ball downfield in a conservative way, and you hope that the pass just accelerates points, right? Whereas the run is what wins you games, you know. But I think from a production standpoint, if he has a really good season for me, it'll be somewhere around 30, 33 touchdowns. I don't think he's going to jump in and do a 45 touchdown season or something crazy like that. Like I don't think that's possible. Not playing for Mario, I don't think it's possible. And I don't think it has to be either. So that's that. Who has better receivers, Miami? I mean, I'm biased. I'll take my guys over y'all's. I'm just saying no right now.
What position wouldn't you? Exactly. It shouldn't be that hard.
Y'all probably got better linebackers than us. Based on what we saw last year. Based on what we saw last year, you know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
23 quarterback class stacked. I don't know about that, man. I think we'll see.
So, Terrence, you not excited about this team?
About our team coming into this year?
Yeah.
It's hard for me to be excited when I don't have any faith in the coach.
Okay, well,
that's what goes down for me.
Throw Mike to the side. I don't really care to talk about.
If I look at the team, I'm actually a really big Jordan Travis fan. I'm a fan of the running backs that we have in place. I wish we could dedicate our game to running the ball, our game plan to running the ball. I really would like to do that. I like some of the guys that we brought in at wide receiver, particularly the transfers that we brought in, and I feel like we have talent there as well for big playability. And even on defense, I mean, there's no reason we shouldn't win 9-10 games. I think we have enough talent if it's used the appropriate way to win 9 to 10 games. 10 games will be a great year. That's on the high end. If we win but winning 7 or 8, you're looking at winning 7 games. You look at them like
eight's the floor for me. I've been on that,
and that's on the talent.
10 is perfect.
Say it again.
Wouldn't you say though 10 games based on what you saw last year? 8's the floor, and I'd say 8's the floor in the sense that, and I think you agree with this, Alo, is that 8's the floor in the sense that 8's the only way I'm satisfied at the end of the year. Right?
8's the only way the reason 8 is the floor, which I keep trying to get FSU fans to get it through their head.
I just want to make sure you clarify that because they can
hear it. I'm about to clarify right now.
Yeah.
Florida State fans keep saying, "Oh no, we can get." If you think getting to the Pinstripe Bowl turns things around on the recruiting trail, you've lost your mind.
Correct.
If you think getting to the Sun Bowl, Mike Norvell all of a sudden is going to start recruiting top-tier players, you're out of your mind.
Not in year 3.
Not in year 3.
Right.
You can't go 6-6 or 7-5 and think, oh, this was a good season. I'm sorry, you just can't do it.
Right.
You cannot do it. 8 is the floor because you need at least 8 to then finally get some traction on the recruiting trail, which isn't looking very good as of late. So, but you know, FSU, I feel like there's just a portion of the fan base that really want to give Mike Norvell this benefit of the doubt, and I don't really quite get it.
So let's stick with that, right? 8's the floor in terms of expectation being met and progression, right? When I think when you guys say 9 or 10, I think 10 wins means everything went right.
10 wins means
everything went right. Yeah.
Yeah. 10 wins means nobody got injured pretty much.
Everything was perfect. Like I had my best possible year.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And so
I agree.
And that's why I think I don't know. Because of that, I want to say 10 is under any coach is really attainable. Right, because you can't demand perfection, but to your point, 8 games, it's doable. It's absolutely doable. You can look at 4 teams and say, like, definitively, those guys should have our number. Like, definitively.
I agree. 8 wins
right?
8 wins is more than doable.
Right, and you out of those 4, you're going to sneak one of them, and then you're also going to lose to somebody you weren't supposed to lose to, right? And there goes your 8 wins, right? But I think I do think that there is. If there was like a disaster mode, right, then you're looking at what you looked at last year, meaning that everything went wrong.
You do that if you want to. Do that.
But if that's the case, I think Mike's gone week 7, right? If y'all are in the disaster mode, looking like you're about to go 5-7, there's no way Mike Norvell can keep his job. That doesn't.
Marty says y'all tripping. We would not win 9. Think about it. A lot of games we won last year because Johnson and Thomas. I don't agree with that. Jermaine was great, but he didn't single-handedly beat. What team did he single-handedly beat? I would just please give me an example.
He almost beat Clemson,
but he didn't.
He gave us fits.
But he gave us fits. Okay, so one game in Miami.
Yeah, he gave us fits.
Put it this way:
one game, but hold on, one game. You still won, unfortunately, 4 other games outside of Miami. Outside of Miami, what game did Jermaine and Kier win for you?
Sure.
So you should have beat Clemson, but you didn't. He couldn't beat Clemson. Should have beat Florida, but Travis goes down.
Should have beat Notre Dame.
Should have beat
Jackson State.
I mean, come on. There's Jermaine was great, but to say that we only won games because of him, I don't know if you're really looking at the full picture. Right there.
Good old JJ. Huh?
And if we're in the Shreveport Bowl, then y'all keep boosting Mike Norvell if you want to. I already told y'all my feelings on Mike at this point, right? He ain't cut out for the job. Shreveport Bowl don't get us where we want to be.
You see, Timmy, how talented do you believe y'all defense is, Adrian?
I think our defense is really good.
So, like on a 100 scale, 1 to 100. NCAA 22 comes out tomorrow. We giving an 87 on NCAA.
86,
I give it
87.
90 even.
90 even. Okay, but what about?
I want to see what we get out of McCall, and I think we get
I don't think a lot's going to be asked out of Sam year 1. He's not in a position where he's going to be asked for a lot. I
don't think Sam is going to be relied on.
I think our front 7 is pretty good.
Okay,
that's true.
And I think our secondary is going to be a lot better than people think.
You don't think Sam is going to be, because when I think about Sam McCall, what I remember about him, I see that pseudo star position, roaming safety, can play corner if he needs to. Probably going to play over the slot a lot. Somebody you want.
I think they're going to play him corner year 1. I still think Sam ends up as a safety when it's all said and done. But we're so deep at safety that I think they're just going to use him where they need him the most.
I don't know. I think if I had a guy like Sam McCall, I want him close, somewhere around the middle of the field. I don't know if I want him on the edge.
I hear you. I think he ends up at safety. I do.
Yeah.
I said that from day one, but they played him a lot at corner in the spring and all of that.
Sure.
And again, I think you have a guy who's going to be he's all preseason all ACC, and he was all ACC first team last year in Jamie. King Dent all of a sudden became a good player by the end of the year. So I think you have faith in your safety tandem, and that safety, and you got a lot of depth there at safety. A lot of guys that graded out very well.
Wasn't Jamie the Michigan State guy? I mean, a Mississippi State guy?
No, Jamie came from South Carolina. The Mississippi State dude, we're not talking about him because he's no good.
Okay.
We're worried about him.
My bad.
Terrence, I ain't gonna say his name. The chat.
What his name?
You'll probably see in the chat here in a minute. We ain't talking about the kid from Mississippi State. Jamie from South Carolina. He the goods. Anyway, Omarion Cooper. I mean, once he finally got into the starting lineup, I mean, that speaks for itself. I mean, he had a pick against y'all. Omarion Cooper he locked Rambo.
Pleasant surprise.
He locked Rambo up for a half of football. You can say what you want to say. I think Rambo did eventually finish the game. Didn't he finish the game with like 100-some yards against us? But I believe in that first half he had less than like 50 yards, if I'm not mistaken.
No, right.
And you can go check Omarion Cooper. I mean, he was locking guys up. So, and he only played a half a season because he was a true freshman. So now you expect growth from Omarion Cooper in the next year. And then we get Ronaldo Green back from injury to kind of replace what we're losing in Jarvis Brownlee, who I was never very high on Jarvis Brownlee anyway. So, right.
Where is he at? Right. So what ended up happening to Jarvis?
He went to Louisville. So we're going to see him.
Just like we see in Durden again.
That's the stupidest.
Just like we saw Woodbine.
Time out. So you got out of Florida State because of no NILs. And you go to Louisville.
I would love to know what NILs he's cashing in Louisville. I would love to know.
My boy getting paid. He better be getting paid.
Right. He better be getting paid. He better be getting paid. Honestly, I don't think it was ever about the NIL with Jarvis. I think he saw them young boys and AZ and McCall coming for a spot, if I'm being honest. That's what I think
it took us 1 year to realize Jones wasn't good.
He really went to Louisville? I'm stuck right now. Hold up. I got to go see this. Because Louisville took on a couple. They took on Wiggins from us, and Wiggins was Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see. I didn't realize he went to Louisville. That's crazy. That's actually really crazy. I'm stuck on that. Hold up. So they brought him in. Didn't they? Well, Louisville lost the receiver to Bama, right?
Putting in, I think they played him out of necessity. But it's not a coincidence that all of a sudden we got depth, and now you're not hearing much about Jerry and Jones this year, are you? It's not a coincidence that these two freshmen have came in. It's not a coincidence that Omarion Cooper's shown up and Kevin Knowles, and I can go down the list of these corners. Travis Jay's still in the mix. That you're not even hearing much about Jerry and Jones anymore. I think when you you look at last year, we were still playing guys like Miko Dotson from FAU. You were playing guys that you probably shouldn't been at.
At least Miko was trying.
Yeah, I get. Yeah. So we played them, but I think sometimes you play guys out of necessity. You feel me? And I think now you see the writing on the wall. I don't think you see much of Jerry in this year, but maybe who knows?
That boy really went to Louisville on y'all, dog. Y'all better spank them. Y'all better beat them. That's crazy. I would hate to see Twitter if y'all don't beat Louisville. I'd hate to see him on Twitter. I know he go crazy.
They are recruiting this year. If you look at that 23 class, Louisville recruiting.
They got some guys.
I know they got a 5. I think they got 5 or 4. They got a top 100 guy just recently, which is.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, a wide receiver.
Which is surprising.
That receiver that they got is his quarterback and his other teammate are both going to Southern Cal.
You think Louisville holds on to that?
It just looks weird, bro.
Probably not. If we're being honest, probably not.
You talking about the QB next year?
Well, no, hold on now. So if this is an interesting conversation. So Louisville has their top 3 recruits are all Cali kids. All of them top 200 kids. One of them is a 4-star quarterback from St. John Bosco. That's where Ugalele went.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is a 4-star corner from St. John Bosco, where Ugalele went. And then you get this other kid from Cali. That's weird.
They must have hired somebody from over there.
Yeah, because they
must have recently hired somebody from over there, because that is interesting.
For them, that's right. Because Louisville's like usually like Georgia, South Florida, like that's usually where they kind of steal some guys, right? Not freaking John. They got 4 kids from John Bosco in one class.
God damn.
That's crazy. No, 3 kids. I'm sorry, 3 kids.
They must have hired a John Bosco coach. Like, God damn.
That must be it.
Did I just say that? You drunk?
I might have missed that. I thought you said they hired somebody. I didn't know you said they hired a John Bosco coach.
From over there is what I said, but okay.
Well, so Louisville's really trying to recruit people. That's different.
It's interesting, right?
That's different. So they got 3 of the top 15 players in Cali. Is what they got coming to Louisville, Kentucky.
That's why I don't know if that's sustainable, bro. I don't know if that's sustainable.
Lamar Jackson ain't walking through that door.
Might be that NIL money that Brownlee left.
Yeah, maybe Brownlee is over there cashing some checks. Maybe they over there cashing some checks.
Oh God, yeah, man, that's nuts. That's actually really crazy. I'm sorry to get off. I never thought I'd see that from Louisville.
No, it's all good. We how we do.
We
talk about everything, but I'm probably a little bit more bullish on our defense than most people.
Sure.
And I'm probably a little bit more bullish on our offensive line than most people. For me, it's the quarterback position. I bet you if I sat down and watched games with you, Jerg, we could point out games where Jordan Travis calls his own pressure. Instead of stepping up in the pocket, he rolls left or right. What I'm saying? And everybody and people to the untrained eye, they're gonna go, "Oh, the offensive line sucks." Well, if your quarterback is doing the offensive line no justice with the way he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
4th and 14, right? We talk about that game. It's a running joke, but on that play, he steps up into the pocket and delivers the ball.
Sure.
But how many times through the season?
It was gorgeous.
But how many times are you gonna have a 3-man rush?
How many times through the season did he do that?
Right.
So
I don't know, man. I think if we're being honest, right, about Travis, can you call him top 30 in the country as a quarterback?
No.
I don't call him top nothing.
that's the
I'm not even gonna pretend.
Adrian's a hater though.
So. I'm not a hater. I root for him.
When I saw that top 100 list and he wasn't on there, I was like, "Come on, man."
Top 100 what? Quarterbacks?
It was like it was top 50. It was top 50.
He was on the top 50 list.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. He was like number 42 on that top 50.
Stop.
I can find it.
I'm looking for it too.
I feel like 42 is legit.
Yeah,
I feel like 42
he was in the top. He was in the top 40. I mean, the top 50. And he was at 42, I believe.
I think 42 is legit.
Nah.
I mean, if he top 40, I'll take it. I guess because I don't even expect that.
Yeah. Hold on, he was at that Nevada. Oh, hold on.
Let me see if I can find that list, man.
Whoever putting in is who was at that Nevada high school? Bishop Gorman? Is that what we're talking about? Who was at Bishop Gorman and went to St. John Bosco? Sorry, I just saw it here.
I forget who.
I can't find that list.
I'm trying to remember who made that list. I think it was Mike Farrell.
Yeah, it might have been Farrell, Adrian. Speaking of visits, who does FSU got coming on campus?
Spell his name. Let's spell Mike Farrell.
Ferrell.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna check these Louisville.
So the ESPN list, they had them decent.
Ace, okay. So they weren't joking. If somebody was talking about Louisville's visit list, so they got Reuben Owens, the number 1 running back in the country there this weekend. That's crazy. They got the number 1 running back in the country in Louisville this weekend. They also got Ray Joseph, who we're recruiting as well. just decommitted from Clemson. He's there this weekend. They got the number 4 guard in the country from Douglasville, Georgia this weekend. Who else they got? Number 25 edge, number 188 player in the country there this week. That's a crazy list for Louisville. They really, Adrian, there might be some money over there. There might be some money that we don't know. That's a crazy list.
ESPN got Jordan in the top 50. ESPN got him in the top 50.
I'm tripping. Hey, y'all better Louisville try to take something from somebody, bro. This is kind of nuts, bro. This is really, really kind of nuts, bro.
Hey, somebody on that booster squad was like, "Hey,
bro, somebody's breaking."
God damn it, I'm tired of this man making fun of me in my office,
bro. Man, y'all go look at Louisville's visits right now. That's crazy. What did they win last year? 8 games, baby. 7. They lost to Air Force in a bowl game.
I don't remember
Dallas. We're really talking about Louisville football recruitment right now. This is nuts. 2022 is wild, man.
You know who you're not talking about? Mike Norvell's Seminoles. That's who you're not talking about.
Sure enough, ain't.
Here, let's look.
That's your coach, bro. That's your coach.
Hold up.
You ain't gonna never let that down from me, man.
I just gave him a fair
as
shake.
Much as you know, bro. You was on my ass like, man, you gotta give him a fair shake.
You gotta give him a shot.
Hey, T, you got come on, man. You don't even know yet. You ain't even.
You gotta give him a chance.
I was like, man, I seen enough. I seen it. As soon as he walked through the door, I knew it. Hey, was I not against this from the gate?
You was against it because of Taggart though.
Yeah.
But if you went out there and hired Stoops, I'd have been like, okay, cool.
Well, I mean, I said that from the get go too. I mean, I gave Norvell a fair shot, but I also said you don't fire Taggart for Norvell. I said that from the jump. You don't fire Taggart for Norvell. If you're gonna fire Taggart in a year and a half, the next guy's supposed to be our equivalent of Miami's recent hire of Mario Cristobal, right? It's got to be that guy.
Right.
You don't fire Taggart and then go Mike Norvell. You don't.
I was like, who the fuck?
But I did give Mike. I did want to give Mike a legit.
Anthony, hold on. Anthony hit the nail on the head. It's Papa John's money.
Oh, they got that racist money.
It's got to be Papa John's money. I'm over here scratching I was like, what big booster did they got? People eat Papa John's, bro.
They done started back, bro.
That's wild. I didn't know people ate Papa John's.
I mean, I used to eat Papa John's all the time. 50% off, boy.
Mario's Arcade. I love it. Hey man, I can't wait to do some live watches with y'all during the season, man. It's gonna be fun.
We need to bump all that. We need to get. I mean, I know we
got to set up.
I know we're 2 hours away, but y'all gonna bring y'all ass to Killeen one of these days.
Hey.
I done been to Dallas 2-3 times already.
We'll say twice.
Technically once. We'll say once. Because you was here already the other 2 times. You're gonna be here.
Yeah.
You gonna be here? You're gonna be here the other 2 times.
I guess.
You made one trip specifically to come to Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
That's still one more than y'all have made.
Hey, but by the time the season starts, I'm gonna have a garage set up. So
yeah, it'd be dope.
I'm gonna set up the whole garage, Jerg.
Yeah, I know you told me. You definitely told me.
Terrence, I want to talk about that for a second though. I know you see if y'all don't know, Terrence actually loves baseball. I know a lot of y'all might not know that.
He sure does.
And Terrence didn't even want Mike Martin Jr. from the jump.
It didn't make sense. Like it was a gift job, man.
But don't you think Alfred firing Mike Martin Jr.? I mean, say what you want about Mike Martin Sr., but he did.
I got a lot to say about that.
He never won at all. but FSU was
relevant,
more than relevant under his tenure, especially in his heyday. They were one of the top programs in the country. So
you can't be a top program. You're not winning championships, man. You have to win a championship at some point,
always
man.
Win a championship. You can still be a top program. My point is, don't you think it does? Don't you think it does make a statement that Alfred in his first year fired Mike Martin Jr.?
I think it does.
That would be like firing Bowden or Bowden's son. Like you would never.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, wait.
I mean, we did. We did fire Bowden, but my point is,
Essentially,
not officially fired. Of course, he stepped down.
I know. I said essentially.
But we know how that goes. But my point is, a first year AD doing that, you don't usually ruffle those type of feathers. Is my point.
I mean, nobody who really believed in Mike Martin Jr. though. Like,
but still, the name synonymous with the school. You don't. I don't disagree with you. My point is, I think he made a statement when he did what he did, and I think that statement might have been to Mike.
to Novell, yeah. I mean, long as he leave Hamilton alone, we good.
I don't think Ham going anywhere.
So are we still discussing the contingency plan for when Mike Norvell is fired?
What do you mean?
It's Dion or bust.
You think how much money you think y'all have to pay Dion to get him to leave?
Tyler, I'm a Marlins fan, man.
Don't say that out loud, bro.
I don't care. I deal with that. Hey, we got 2 rings. A lot of teams.
For me, my contingency plan. So once Mike is finally the nails in the coffin there, whether that's they fire him or let him just play out his contract and move on. I got my top 3. I've been on the record.
Oh yeah.
Is Dave Aranda, Mike Stoops, or Deion Sanders? That's my top 3.
Well, here's the other question: does that only happen? And I'm not going to say if y'all. What I'm about to say, I'm not saying as if we're like trendsetters or something, right? But obviously Miami did what it did to pump money from the university to the program. Do you think that only happens getting a name like that if the same thing is done in Tallahassee? Because that's really the so the reason Jimbo left, right, was y'all weren't pumping the money into it that he wanted to pump. Wasn't that the story?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think a Mike Norvell exodus?
I think they learned. I would hope they learned a lesson. But I mean, Mike Alford is a guy who worked with Jerry Jones over there in Dallas. So I'm not worried about Mike Alford when it comes to money.
Right.
Matter of fact, I think they just paid the softball coach. I think she's making $5 million. The softball coach. I think they just not a year.
Tyler or the total contract.
The total contract, but that's still the softball coach.
Still a lot of money. I think she's the highest paid softball coach.
Yeah. So somebody in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're giving the softball coach like record money for a softball coach. And if you know, FSU softball team's been very good.
Didn't we win a national championship?
We won a national championship a year or 2 ago. Yeah,
they did.
Absolutely. So he's showing that he's going to spend some money. I mean, you don't give that type of money to a softball coach. That's a program that doesn't bring in any revenue to the school.
Right.
So Alfred's going to spend money when the time comes. I wholeheartedly believe that. And it's never been a situation about Florida State not having money. They cheap. I said this from Bowden spoiled them because Bowden never asked for a dime. Bowden just did everything the old school way, and he got results. Jimbo understood that, well, we're going into the 2010s and the 2020s. We can't keep doing things the old way. Jimbo got impatient. And I'm not mad at Jimbo for leaving. I'm just mad at Jimbo for leaving the way he did. But anyway.
Sure. Yeah, no, but I agree with you on reasons why being mad. I just think, like, if you're going to get Aranda to leave Baylor, right, like, Baylor's still, in terms of from a finance and football.
Well, it's a Texas school, so they got money.
Yeah, they dump into it.
Absolutely, they have money.
So I'm saying,
matter of fact, I drive through Waco every time I come to Dallas, and
you see that big old stadium too.
But they're always doing construction on it too. They're always building something on it.
Sure.
Always
driving through there.
And that's the only reason I ask, because I feel like that's going to have to be a contingency to get one of those guys to come over from where they're at. Dion right now is a godfather. Aranda right down there, like he's the best thing they've had since Art Browse, if not better than that, right? Absolutely. So it's like, if you're gonna get them guys to leave, it's like, nah, man, I need some commitments, like in writing.
But I think
XYZ is gonna happen.
Look at the college football trend. Look at Mel Tucker. Look at Mario. Yeah. I mean, the base level salary is about to start being $8 million. Like, if we're being honest, like for a top tier guy, you're gonna have to at least dish out $8 million, or you're not getting them. Period.
So speaking of Mel Tucker, we really don't discuss football up there that often, right? In the North, right? Do you really think that Michigan State and what they did last year is actually like a springboard? Like,
is it sustainable? You think it's sustainable? Is your question?
Do you think it's sustainable? Yeah.
The way he built it, no.
Mm-hmm.
But the way he built it might be able to springboard him into sustainable. The way he built it, they strictly built through the portal.
And they killed their whole roster first. Like, they let kids walk.
Yes, they strictly built through the portal.
Right.
But if you look at the way he's the way they're making way more moves on the trail now than they used to.
Mm-hmm.
So that 1 year of sacrifice with the transfers and then building through the portal, where they still won 10 games, I believe. Or the first year, I think he won only like 3 games. Second year, he goes, 10 games?
Yeah.
I used to be that person that said, no, you can't sustain anything through the portal, but the portal rules have changed so drastically, and kids are transferring after their freshman year, and they still have 4 years of eligibility.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely build through the portal now.
Yeah.
If I'm getting kids, for instance, we just now we didn't land this kid, but we were about to get this kid from Oregon. He was
the DB.
Yeah, the DB from Oregon. He was a top 200 player, if I'm not mistaken. 91 grade at DB, but he had 4 years of eligibility, and everybody was
Quinn Ewers
went
to Texas,
and everybody's like, should we take him? Should we not take him? You should definitely take him.
Sure.
4 years of eligibility. He was a top 200 recruit.
Mm-hmm.
Build on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think Mel can continue to build. I do think ultimately you got to get in the high schools.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get into high schools.
They finished last year. So they finished last year 26th overall as a recruiting ranking, which I think
that's probably good for them. Like, I don't know Michigan State recruiting, but that's probably a pretty good recruiting ranking for them.
Now, right now, they're number 10, but and they've got some elite guys, at least from what I'm seeing here. They've got some elite guys that they're courting, but, I mean, obviously, there's other big schools courting them too. What about Mel Tucker, Michigan State makes you say, oh, man, I got to go up to East Lansing and, you know what I'm saying, get it done.
If Mel Tucker is relating to them kids, hey, they'll go play for him. Like,
sure.
My guy Tyler said it one time before, and I've always said it: recruiters recruit, man, and winners win.
Yep.
Recruiters recruit, bro. And Mel Tucker's he ain't with that Nick Saban tree, ain't he?
I believe so. I think he's another one.
If he relating to these kids and he recruiting,
it's gonna work out.
It's gonna work out.
Man,
it's gonna work out.
That doesn't mean he has to win a national championship either.
No, he probably will never win a natty at Michigan State. Too much.
I think that's impossible.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's impossible.
But it might land him his next big job where he's getting paid.
That don't mean he can't win 10 games a year.
He can get to the playoffs and stuff.
That don't mean he can't.
Yeah, he gets to the playoffs. That
don't mean he can't go 11-1 and get to the playoffs. And then I don't know. Nick Saban retires.
Mm-hmm.
I think when Nick Saban retires, I think the first person they go after is Dabo.
Unfortunately for him.
And then, so now Clemson opens up.
I can see Jimbo being in that conversation too.
Well, I think Dabo's a Bama alumni. I think the first person they call is Dabo Swinney.
You want me to tell you why Jimbo wouldn't be in that conversation?
Tell me why.
Well, after these recent, yeah, I don't think Jimbo would go to.
I think A&M would pay him $13 million a year,
and then A&M's not letting him walk. I agree.
After what just happened, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way.
Jimbo would have to lose. Jimbo would have to have a season like his last season at Florida State for A&M to really consider firing him.
Mm-hmm. When Odell saved us. When the coach you want to get rid of saved us.
Here we go.
Oh God.
Here we go.
Oh God.
Hey, look, you need to take a shot before that.
Shout out to Odell for making the Hall of Fame.
He's dope, man.
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah. Just go to LSU over Bama.
That's a wild number.
It's insane, actually.
What he won is that a real number?
That's a wild number.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
He built a 10-win team literally out of the portal, guys.
Mm-hmm.
He had a Heisman contender that he got through the portal. Think about that. That running back from Wake Forest, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So you how trash Wake Forest is.
Who that is? That's Adam in the building. What's going on with you, bro? What's going on?
He would go to LSU over Bama. I wish him nothing but failure everywhere he goes. I hope he stub his toe every morning when he get out of bed.
Steps on the Lego in the process. Hope you got to step on the Lego too. You know, man. I'm looking at
putting it in. I think you got to understand that it's though Michigan State though. Like I know that $100 million. That's a big number, and I know, but it's Michigan State. They happy just being in the conversation, bro.
Well, here's the truth. His seat will get hot, and it has more to do with his complexion than his record.
Well, he has to be consistent to keep up with who was before him, but the $100 million is Michigan State's way of saying we're buying our consistency, right?
Yeah,
and that's what it means. Because there's no way a Michigan State fan is like, oh man, we're going to be better than Ohio State in the next 3 years. In a way, that's not who y'all are.
They still not better than Michigan, so you got
not better than Michigan, right?
I think they can be.
I'm not saying they can't.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying they can be better than Michigan.
I think Harbaugh, Michigan is still a national program, bro.
Well, Michigan's still a brand, regardless.
Yeah, it's still trash.
But I'm just saying though, how do you get to the point where Michigan State is viewed nationally as a powerhouse?
The only way you would have to do what A&M did, and get from under Texas's shadow. Sure. And they went to the SEC.
Sure, and give yourself a shot.
That's the only reason why A&M is even in the position that they're in today,
right?
Because they got. But Michigan State doesn't even. I don't even think they have the opportunity to get from under Michigan's shadow.
Well, and so Adam, to your point about Michigan, that's the reality is that Michigan State has outperformed Michigan the past 20 years. Nobody knows that, but nobody knows that it cares.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Me and Adam talk about TCU all the time.
It's still Big Blue. It's still Big Blue. You know,
right? And just like Texas is still, for the most part, below Dallas.
Hook 'em horns, whatever.
Yeah, they ain't done nothing. They did nothing.
Yeah, TCU has been better than Texas in the last 10 years.
Last 20 almost.
And it doesn't matter.
And their uniform's better too.
Yeah.
This is still a Longhorn state. All three of us live here in this state. It's still a Longhorn state, and it's going to be a Longhorn state.
Shoot, SMU, if they didn't get that death penalty.
Man, that was before all of us was born. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, but I'm talking about, well, you know, I'm a bit of a historian. If you look at it, like SMU being in Dallas, like dudes wanted to come out here.
Well, it's the same thing I said about Georgia Tech in Atlanta. If their damn academics wasn't so high, you might have something there.
Who wouldn't want to be in Atlanta?
You might
have y'all lived in Atlanta?
Not where they live in. Not with what
in downtown Atlanta?
But what I'm saying with what they're living and what they're experiencing, the network.
Right, they're athletes in Atlanta, bro. Come on.
They have access to a network that you and I.
It's like saying LA. The average person ain't trying to live in LA, bro.
Terrence, I'll tell you this. The average person does not want to go live in Miami. Nobody wants to.
No,
Miami.
None of those big cities. The average person don't. They don't want to live in New York. They don't want to live in LA. They don't want to live in Miami. They don't want to live in Atlanta.
All right, like having lived in.
But the entertainer, the athlete, you absolutely want to go in those to those places.
In my prime of being out in these streets.
Here it goes.
Living in Atlanta, there are a lot better cities to be able to enjoy that life.
I'm not saying,
it's not a college town at all.
No,
there's tons of colleges there.
Miami isn't,
especially from a black athlete standpoint. You know, they got all those schools out there, but you just kind of like
Spelman, right?
Yeah, but you get out there and it's a lot of negative energy out there too from that standpoint. Now, mind you, I'm telling you because I lived out there in that when I was in that age group,
Sure.
and it's a lot to drag you down as well.
But
Same thing in Miami.
But we're just talking about an athlete. Like, come on, bro. You an athlete in Atlanta.
Right.
You got. I mean, I'm old. Who's the hot rapper out of Atlanta nowadays? I don't
know which one of them.
But when we were growing up, you got T.I., you got
Lil
Chris, you got who is it? Who's
Young Jock.
That's crazy to say that out loud.
Young Jock. Hey, bro, I ran into him at his club, bro. I didn't even realize it was him. He had his hair dyed like pink.
What was it? The Young Bloods, wasn't they? Crime Mob. Like, come on.
Crime Mob was lit.
Yeah.
Ooh, them was my. Hey, Crime Mob was shit.
But Adrian, your point is I like again.
I get it.
You would rather. I'll tell you this. Any football player would rather be in Atlanta than be in East Lansing, Michigan.
Yeah.
And that's the point.
I mean, come on. If Florida State wasn't what they were, you would not want to go to Tallahassee.
Hell no.
Have we been to Tallahassee? Has any of y'all been to Tallahassee? I've been
yeah.
Fortunately.
Ain't nobody who gonna pick going to the Moon Over a club in Miami.
Tallahassee,
I'll be real though. Like,
Tallahassee got some cool spots, but come on, bro.
Hey, the Moon was cool though.
It's the same thing with Gainesville. Ain't nothing in Gainesville for you either.
I don't even know about a club in Gainesville.
No, you go to house.
They have
parties,
bonfires, man.
Yeah, you go right bonfires and house parties.
At least UCF got Church Street.
Yeah.
Tampa got USF got what's that place? Ybor.
Yeah.
Oh, Lil Baby, ain't Lil Baby going to jail? Which one of them little rappers about to go got the RICO charge?
Now Austin got 6th Street.
Austin got 6th Street. Austin's a pretty cool city.
We need to get to 6th Street and link up with Mike and Yoder.
See, Certified Outkast and Goody Mob is actually older than even us.
Yeah.
So that's you. Well, Outkast, yeah.
Outkast is more.
Goody Mob.
Goody Mob's a little older.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. What?
Ain't no way. I don't know, man. You got me looking at Texas recruiting. By the way, Adrian, I think you brought it up.
By the way, hold on for a second. 45 people. We got 45, and we 2 hours in. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And if you're new and you're just checking us out for the first time, man, subscribe to the channel.
Absolutely, y'all. Man, you got me looking at the state of Texas recruiting, and right now, this is crystal balls and commitments, right? But Texas A&M's crystal ball for the top 2 players in the state, David Hicks, Anthony Hill. Their crystal ball for the number 2 corner in the state, number 6 corner in the country. They've already got the number 7 corner in the country, number 3 corner in the state, right?
I'm gonna say this, and I don't think it's gonna happen. But if Sark can beat Bama, you better watch out.
That ain't happening.
You better watch out for them Longhorns.
In reality, if they just look good against Bama.
Bingo. If that's a 3-point game or a 7-point game when it's all said and done, you might want to watch out for them.
If you see if Texas loses to Bama by 3 and A&M loses by 10, it's a win. It's a win. You have to count it as a win.
I'm telling you.
There is. I'll tell you what, man.
And with Texas coming over to the SEC, that A&M stuff gonna stop. I'm telling y'all.
Quick.
That A&M stuff is gonna stop. The only thing I have is I don't really believe in Sark.
I'm surprised Texas A&M let that go down.
I don't personally believe in Sark, so that's just me though.
I'm surprised Texas A&M let that go down.
They didn't have a choice though.
From what I heard, A&M wasn't even like asked about it. They just did it.
Yeah.
Well, remember how Florida blocked us.
But it's different. But that's different though, man. Like they could listen. If y'all were financially what Texas is and reach,
well, you wouldn't be able to deny it.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody.
You could make the case that Florida wouldn't be financially what they are if it wasn't for the SEC. So
right, but they just happen to be there first, right?
Right.
And that's what I'm saying though is that Texas has this big, whatever you want to call it, moving with them that brings more national visibility. You can't. There's no way that you could deny that. That's bad. That'd be bad business.
I'm
It'd
with
be bad
you.
for the conscience. It'd be really bad for the conscience. I see though. What's his name? Lincoln Riley out there doing some recruiting. By the way, he's doing a decent.
Duh, yeah, USC better be.
He definitely got some guys, bro.
Better be.
And he dipping into Texas all the way from California, which is crazy.
I mean,
That's why I started looking at him.
That's what he's been recruiting the past few years,
Yeah.
so it doesn't surprise me.
Nah, Texas got to tighten up. The whole state got to tighten up, man. That's nuts, man. That's absolutely nuts, man. Absolutely nuts, man. So what else we got, man? We ain't never talked about.
I think we had most of what we want to talk about, but I don't know if y'all ready to call it quits. I'm good, but if you got more stuff, we can bring another topic up. I don't have. I can think of something. Terrence just went black on us for a second. I'm guessing he's coming back here in a minute.
You know, you got that baby around there.
Let's see. Texas Tech number 2 on Rivals. For what?
What?
No, that's not true. Look that up. That can't be true. On Rival, it is Rivals though, and I don't trust. Hold
on, man.
I don't look at Rivals recruiting. Like when it comes to me, I simply go with 247. That's like my go-to.
They're the only ones that make sense in reality.
And this new recruiting site that I'm starting to pay attention to is what is it? 1 or On 3?
Yeah.
I'm starting to pay a little bit of attention to them. But
hey, 24/7 has Texas Tech as the number 2 class right now.
247 has Texas Tech as number 2?
But they got 20 commits though.
Let me guess, like 15 3-stars?
Yeah, 15 3-stars, 3 4-stars.
I didn't even look that up.
They got Cincinnati at number 5.
That's not gonna last.
Ain't no way, dog.
Nah, that's not gonna last. They already have 20 commits in June, bro. Get out of here. Your class is done already.
Hold on. So this is a good question. Do you think Freeman's doing a better job at Notre Dame recruiting than Chubb?
Is it too early to? I think it's too early to tell.
Well, let's just look at numbers, right? Freeman's average right now on 24/7 is 92.72, right? 92.72 for the commits in this class. If that was to translate to last year, he would have been, what is it? Looks like the 5th highest. He would have had the 5th highest average recruit in the class in the country last year for his class right now, right? Now, granted.
So here's the thing though about these new coaches. My problem with new coaches is they go through this honeymoon period, and then games get played. I'm not saying Freeman's good or bad. I actually hope he succeeds at Notre Dame, honestly.
Same.
But with that said, games still got to be played.
Right.
All that stuff look good until you play your first game, and then all of a sudden it don't look how we thought. I mean, we went through it with Taggart. We were hyped. You couldn't ask. There wasn't a Florida State fan out there that was like, we didn't have the next. I don't know.
No, I get it.
And then
you thought another natty was coming.
And then Virginia Tech happened.
For sure.
And all of that fell to pieces. So I think that's a lot to say for a lot of these new time coaches. You go through a honeymoon phase, but games still got to be played. So I don't know. I think it's a little bit too early to tell, man.
They got looking at Notre Dame, right? Look, it looks good for now. I'll say that. To give him his credit, it looks good now. But at the end of the day, you're going to take 25, 30 commits in the class. Are they all going to be that good for so long? I don't think that's going to be true. That's just I don't think Notre Dame's got the gas to keep up like that. You know what I'm saying? With the academic restrictions, stuff like that. I don't think they got the gas to keep up like that, man. I really don't.
I mean, who did he hire as his OC? And
he kept Tommy Rees.
Okay.
I forget who no, you know who? I think he brought in Al Golden as a defensive coordinator. I think he did. Hold on. I'm 90% sure. He's defensive coordinator for Notre Dame. That's crazy.
Where did Rhett Lashley go?
Rhett Lashley's head coach at SMU.
Okay. Oh, look, Terrence back. I thought you was going for the night.
I saw Sadar now. I had the
baby woke up.
Yeah. She was fussing a little bit.
So
let me answer this real quick, Jerg. He said, "What QB do I want?" Collins or Glenn. I've watched more of Collins is the higher rated kid. So automatically you might think you go, oh, I want Ricky Collins out of Louisiana. I've watched more tape of Glenn, and I like what I see out of Glenn. I like Glenn more than I like Parson. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Not even gonna lie to you. I don't know if you watched him, Terrence, but you might want to check him out. I got to watch more of Collins. Collins is the higher rated guy, so I'm leaning towards Collins because I think if you got him that high rated, you got him that high rated for a reason. But I wouldn't be mad with either guy. I wouldn't be mad at either guy.
So
I don't think I hate to say it, I like Parson, man, but I don't think he ends up in the class. And I think you look at the way FSU's moving at the quarterback position on the recruiting trail, they're bringing in more and more kids, and Parson's starting to take more visits. I think the writing's on the wall with that. I just think the writing's on the wall with that.
So we talking about
unless Parson and is willing to stay in the class with another quarterback. And I don't think he is because he hasn't really shown that he is. But anyway, go ahead, Terrence.
I mean, you know, I've been a fan of Parson.
I like him too, but
and
you just see him right in the wall.
Yeah, it's starting to get that way. I haven't paid attention to many other quarterbacks. The guy at Long Beach, Nicholas, whatever his last name was, I kind of looked at him a little bit.
They're bringing another 2023 kid on campus. So Glenn and Collins have already been on campus. They're bringing another kid. I forget his name, but they're bringing another kid on campus. So,
man, unless it's Jackson Darnold, I don't really care.
Again,
but
he's not going to get out of Oklahoma. Man, they you know, Oklahoma has such a stranglehold here in North Texas. Man, he's stuck. He's stuck.
Hey, Alo, you got to come see this kid play, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's the real deal, man. I think at the college level, there's no way he can't make it to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
In all honest opinion, like
y'all saw. I know y'all saw Baby Winston on campus.
He a baseball player, man.
I'm all for it. I don't care.
I think he's a baseball player.
I don't care if he play baseball.
Matter of fact, I think he goes round one.
Did he order crab? Did he order crab?
Somebody asked you, mute him. Shut up.
You
on timeout. This is what you on timeout.
Saying dumb stuff.
I'm just trying to figure out where he would have did it.
Did you just unmute yourself?
My bad.
Hey.
See what happens, y'all? You get
you have no power here.
You get covered. They think they got power. They think they can do what they want to do. This is my shit.
You should have seen what they did when I said Travis Hunter last week. All I did was say Travis Hunter last week.
Nah, bro, you tried to go there, bro.
Nah, I just asked how he's doing. You know?
Hey, as long as I'm holding all the power in the chat, we good. But I'll say this. I mean, Baby Winston's class 26, so that's whatever. But sure, that'd be great if he turns out, you know.
Offer him a scholarship right now and stop bullshit.
Yeah, you got to offer him.
I don't care. Offer him a scholarship.
You offer him.
Yeah, stop playing. Just offer him a scholarship.
Both.
So hold on.
They did an interview with his dad. Dad said as soon as FSU offers him a scholarship, they're going to commit. So, I mean, just offer him a scholarship.
Offer him, yeah.
Shut up.
Offer him both and let him play both like his brother did.
Absolutely.
Like, it's without question, man. Like, bring the kid in.
So, Adrian, Collins is that Purdue kid, right?
Yeah.
Which is a weird commitment. And there's no way I think he sticks with that commitment. A Louisiana kid going to Purdue, but you're talking about a kid that's a top. I know you're probably looking at the rankings right now. Collins is a top 150 guy, if I'm not mistaken. He's
let me see. I got it pulled up.
Okay, so he's right around there. So I mean, you're not talking about a scrub.
Yeah, he's 203.
He said 203. You said 175.
He's in the composite. I'm on 24/7.
I'm on 24/7. So
okay. So my point is, yeah, that's a weird commitment. Like I don't There's no way that kid sticks with Purdue, unless there's something that we don't know. Like, I don't know. I can't even think of what it could be of why he would commit to a Purdue and stick with that out of Louisiana of all places.
This is a good question. This is actually a really good question. I'm trying to see his timeline. When did he commit to Purdue?
Tyler, don't do it.
You know. So he committed to Purdue last year. So I'm guessing that's probably one of his first.
It probably was like his first offer, and
shocking all type.
Yeah.
But there's no way that sticks. I just don't.
He didn't know how good he was.
Right. I just don't think it sticks. I'd be shocked if it sticks.
He didn't know how good he was yet. All them offers starting to drop in. Purdue, like, God damn it.
I go to Lafayette, Louisiana, bro. Like, there's
before I go to Purdue, I go to the Raging Cajuns, bro.
Louisiana got some pretty good. I'm looking at
I go to Louisiana Tech before I go to Purdue.
Louisiana got Archie, obviously. Eli Holstein.
They got 3 of the top 11 quarterbacks in the country in Louisiana this year.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
They don't have Jackson Donald, though. Arnold.
They do not. They absolutely do not. Yeah, Collins.
I like the kid Dante Moore in Michigan, too. He's one of my guys that I really like. I know he's not on the play for us, but
he ain't coming here.
I really like him.
He ain't coming here.
He ain't happening.
That shit ain't happening.
Who had a 4-star linebacker from Cali on campus today?
We did.
Oh, okay, got you.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but we need linebackers, so hopefully they can do something.
You gonna come play for Mike?
I don't know. Like I said.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see.
I can't wait till Deion comes in and he reforms our recruiting and we start assigning these top 5 classes. And
you know,
things are just brighter days.
He brought up this Jaden Rashada kid. There's you mentioned last year, or 2 years ago when we was getting Jake Garcia, kind of like the drama and like the baggage. The recruitment of Jaden Rashada, man, that thing's taken. I mean,
yeah, it's interesting right there.
His recruitment's taken about 5 or 6 serious turns, and it's all centered around. And
I heard y'all about to take this recruitment from this 3-star quarterback.
Oh, he's from the Bay.
Emory Williams.
Yeah, him.
They ain't from the Bay.
Yeah. But he's a 3-star. He got invited to Elite 11.
Yeah. So maybe that's a sign that.
Yeah, no, he just came on campus. But then I heard like there's a rumor
Rashada's not really involved there. I don't know.
But remember, it went from being like kind of like looking like we had an inside to out of nowhere Texas A&M. Then after a phone call with Florida, it was looking like Florida, right? And then apparently Oregon is still in the mix. Like it's just a lot going on with Rashada. But like most quarterback recruitments are usually pretty clean. Like once you get an idea of where they're going, it's just like okay. Now he's headed.
Because I think quarterbacks more than most positions they recruit more so off of relationships than anything.
Yeah, big time.
Like I know I'm gonna see the field.
They want they want to know who's coaching them. Like quarterbacks want to be coached by their guy, their guy.
That's right.
So that's I think why that's one so very interesting.
Yeah, it just seems like he's got a lot going on.
I know Florida feels real confident, and I think Miami feels pretty confident too. So.
Boy, Florida, after what I've seen on Twitter in the last 7 days, Florida is going.
With them plates?
Bro, that AJ Harris, Harris recruitment, bro.
That was quick.
The AJ Harris recruitment where they thought they was getting AJ Harris, and then he committed to
BB, where you at, man? BB been quiet. BB said they was gonna have AJ Harris locked up.
Nah. He dropped the Florida commitment at it.
God damn, them boy beat them 7-0.
Yeah, they killing them boys, man.
I'm talking about hockey.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. They killed them.
Lightning getting smashed.
They killed them.
I just throw this out there. Andrew Wiggins would like to stay in Golden State.
They can't pay him.
I'm sure he would.
You remember when people was going so hard on Nick, and look, these guys on TV, they're going to be wrong and like hold them accountable, whatever. And Nick Wright kind of did jump off the deep end when they was talking about trading D'Angelo Russell. But it's like when he made the comments and bringing on the Russell money, like it's valid. Like Golden State's not sitting in cash. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to go luxury tax it up for Andrew. I don't know about you, T. I'm not going to pay luxury tax for Andrew Wiggins.
I mean, it was already paying luxury tax for him.
But even you would add to your luxury tax figure for Andrew Wiggins to pay him what he's going to command on the market?
After what he just did?
No.
Not right now. I don't know. But I think at the time when they made the trade, they understood, and I said this in the chat yesterday, they understood the importance of that wing. Harrison Barnes.
Yeah.
They knew they had to add that athletic wing to the mix again.
Sure.
Well, what you knocking for?
Well, somebody about to get fought. That's crazy.
What? All right, you good, man.
But Adrian, what I'm saying is do you overpay, right? Like, do you maybe go into another $30 million in base salary into the luxury cap? You do that for Andrew Wiggins? I do it for KD.
I wouldn't do it for Andrew Wiggins.
Well, you know what he was making.
Not when you have Kuminga. Not when you have Kuminga right behind him. No, I probably don't do that for Andrew Wiggins.
Right. And Poole. You got to take care of Poole at some point too, right?
No, you letting Poole go, man.
So
unless you let Clay go, unless Clay leaves, which I can see Clay being the one that goes.
You don't restructure Clay so you can pay Poole. If you can,
that's not a basketball thing, though.
But it's not possible.
I haven't heard of it being done, to be honest with you.
Well, then that's trash on the NBA's part. Yeah, they have, I'm sorry, but it's like I know the money's guaranteed.
No, that's NFL stuff right there.
Hey, no, give Clay the Bobby Bonilla. You feel me? 2052, January 16th, whatever it is. Go ahead, get that money paid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if I pay that extra money to keep Wiggins. I'm not like a basketball I clearly not like a basketball savant, but I don't know. I feel like Wiggins is about because of the type of things that you described earlier, Terrence. Like, how isn't Wiggins going to go out there and get whatever the hell he really wants? You know what I'm saying?
Wiggins can go somewhere and be a number 2 option on a lot of teams.
That's what I'm saying.
And it'll be if he went to Dallas.
If Wiggins was smart, he would take this time to maximize his dollars.
Correct.
Yeah, because he's not going to be known for legacy or
he's never going to be as high as he is right now after the playoff run he just had with guarding Luka, guarding Tatum, and guys like that. If Wiggins is smart, go out there, you throw all your chips in right now.
You're right, T. He was coming off the max, right?
He's coming off the max contract right now.
Yeah, so next year. Okay, so he has one more year on the deal. That's right. So that's why you have to make the decision.
There you go, Jerg. Here's a question for you. I don't even talk much about.
Oh yeah, your boy. That's
I don't know how relevant it is. Like, I feel like get it out the way now. It doesn't hurt Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would hope he's not stupid enough to be like, hey, I'm in a board meeting with Mario Cristobal every Tuesday to discuss who to give money to. Like, I doubt that's what's happening. Unless that's what's happening.
That's my problem with him is that he talks too much on Twitter. But
yeah. I mean, again, bro, I just don't. I really don't care.
Shapiro.
But to your point, I don't really know how it affects Miami, honestly.
It doesn't. It maybe if he was doing something wrong, it affects him. Right. It affects him. Now, if you find out that Miami is funneling money to John Ruiz, then yeah, we're fucked. And then we're out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, just kill the pro. That's death penalty right there.
Oh no, you're done. Yeah, we're done. And I'll put in my transfer request. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't welcome over here after all that shit you done talk.
I would never do that to myself.
Go to FAU.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna go. You're gonna be an owl.
Be an owl for life. Baby.
Go root for Willie.
Yeah, man.
All I know is
there too, by the way.
All I know is my little cousin go for his grad transfer year. That scholarship better be there.
To where? Miami?
Florida State.
I mean, yeah, good luck. He might not want to be there. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? That's unnecessary. That's crazy.
No, it's quite necessary.
Yeah, but truthfully, I don't know. Like, a lot of Miami fans are like, oh, why they investigating us and da-da-da-da. And my opinion really is like, all right, well, get it out the way now.
I mean, honestly, the only reason
I think average 4 losses against Wiggins. That's what
the only reason I think they're even investigating y'all is because he talks too much. If he just would shut up, I don't think they would investigate nothing.
But here's the thing, though. What happens if he did all that talking and he was right? and you can't do nothing to him.
You can't do nothing
Right?
to him. I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. If he comes out looking right, it's like, okay, we got this out of the way now. Now go worry about the rest of them. You know what I mean?
but still,
Because you
stop talking.
Yeah, I mean, but he's a rich Cuban in Miami, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if
You know how that goes.
He fits the culture for sure.
He's doing the most Miami thing you could think about.
Yeah, I've always said that. Like he fits the culture.
Like he feels like he's untouchable.
I just really don't like the way he moves, though.
Yeah,
but then again, he's got more money than I'll ever have in my life, so I don't.
I just say we rob him.
Who am I to say anything about?
Which goes back to the LeBron conversation. We don't know how he feels. We just don't. Imagine being 50 years old and being like, "Hey, I created something that's worth $20 billion." You know what I'm saying?
You can't. Nobody can say to me.
Right. Come on, bro. And I'm a lawyer. So I know law.
Fuck you, and you.
I hear that. That's why I don't talk much about Ruiz. Honestly, I don't say anything because
it's funny.
At the end of the day, I watched the story, but I'm like,
yeah,
the man's got 10 times the money that I'll probably ever have. So even if his stock is down 90% and all this stuff, who am I to say anything? I don't know.
That's the crazy.
Asshole.
I ain't got nothing to say about it.
Right.
If I was worth 20 million, the amount of my asshole level would be at an like beyond recognition.
Bro, if I was worth 5 million. What are we talking about here?
You know, it's nothing nobody can say. I'll be on here cussing y'all out. No respect.
I do that anyway, privately.
Yeah,
but you're that much of an asshole though. But we're not.
Don't do it.
What was it? Living on the states. What was it?
Little
the
L.
states little L. Your little L mistake. Oh man. You know, we ain't all got little L mistakes.
Tell DF to leave me alone because I never deserved that.
He gonna pull up on you, man. He said you won't roll through Oak Cliff. He know that much.
Right. That's what
Bro. Adrian is an asshole though. I can speak from when my baby shower. Hey, Adrian started. Like he was spitting facts, but boy, he was.
I was like, I was being a pretty nice guy. I thought I was being a pretty nice guy.
Didn't you say? I really No, it was when they asked who does he hope the baby looks like, and Terrence said Vanessa, and he was like, "Thank God," or some shit like that.
He was the one who said that.
I just say things that we all think.
Nah, but by the end of the night, Adrian was a whole asshole, bro. He was saying some shit. I was like, okay, well, at least he said it and not me. like that's how you know. I was like, well, he said that by that time, alcohol done kicked in.
Yeah, I probably was. Hey, there you go, Adam. Adam knows, man.
Hey, he gives zero fucks. Like,
Adam knows, man.
I was just like, damn. Where you at, Adam?
He's in Adam in Lakeland.
JD.
Where you coming out here, man?
Yeah,
he wants to come out in September. We got to stop dragging my feet and set this up. He had to come back out
in September.
Trying to tell y'all might as well set this up.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Everybody gonna go stay at Terrence's house in his garage.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're gonna stay in your garage.
We got bedrooms, man. Why would you?
He trying to come to Austin, bro, for Texas Bama. We was talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, the house will be ready, ain't it?
He said permission slip already signed, so he ready.
Actually, I might be in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
That weekend, I might be in Charlotte.
What's going on in Charlotte?
Nothing.
Somebody 85th birthday. It's somebody. Well, it's somebody on Vanessa's side of the family. So basically, I'm obligated to be present.
I hear that.
Yeah, shout out Vanessa's side of the family.
I'm gonna be there. It's usually a good time too. I whoop all their ass in spades.
Did y'all know Wiggins makes as much money as Joel Embiid?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be there in a minute.
That's insane. Wiggins
nothing
makes
wrong
as
with-
much money as Joel Embiid.
This man saying, "What's up, y'all? We done been on here almost 3 hours. You talking about some what's up, y'all?"
What's up? The sky,
That's about
gas
it.
prices, man. Like,
Gas prices.
$5.
Adrian, what it cost you for the truck? Adrian, a solid 15, 115? 115 on the
If I
truck?
let
It gotta
it
be.
if I let it get to E, yeah, I'm well over 100.
I'm at 115, 120 when I get to E.
I try not to let it get there.
Mm-hmm.
I get to half a tank. I'm like, yep, time to go fill up.
Mm-hmm. I'm too broke for all that.
Man,
It
shit.
hurt your feelings, man.
I'm too
Hey, man,
broke.
hey, man, Vanessa brought my car back one time on 3/4 of a tank. I knew it was on E. I was like, look at her trying to, she go, ooh, we gonna get pregnant again. Putting that much gas in my car. Hey,
Tony,
like,
what's up, Tony?
she put at least a good $80 in my tank.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, look at you.
Well, Tony, real quick, man. My Duffy opinion.
I think he's asking if we were forced to start him, could he be as similar to Sam Howell for us? I think that's what he's trying to ask.
Well, that's your guy, Alo.
I like Duffy.
I think Duffy's a gamer. I think he's mobile. I don't think he's particularly. I think he's got particular wiggle to him. Y'all know what I mean by that, right?
Duffy?
Correct. In the sense that he can move, but he's not
He
going
ain't
to
Jordan Travis.
Yeah, no, nowhere near that. I don't think you can start Duffy this year, but I think like, and I think I talk about this on the channel. Like, if y'all could find yourselves in a situation where Mike has to play Duffy to save his job, right? Like, I think that's a legitimate thing. Like, if y'all aren't sitting where y'all need to be after 6 or 7 weeks, I know Adrian doesn't like that
Because it's too late. If that's the case,
too late.
Yeah,
I'm saying you could see him play, but I don't think he jumps on the field and gives you guys a supreme impact if that's what you're asking me. I don't think he's that guy at quarterback yet.
We got to be 5-1 going into Clemson.
5-1.
4-1. 4-2. 4-2 at least.
with 2 losses to who?
Maybe we lose to LSU and throwing a loss to somebody else. So we beat Duquesne.
See, real quick.
And I think we need to beat LSU. I think he needs that statement win against LSU.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of really good, I think, talking points here. First of all, Adam says it here. Duffy's not going to have the supporting cast Sam Howell had. So Sam Howell had 2 NFL running backs, one of them Javonte, one Michael Carter, right? That offense was wide open, run and shoot based offense where he made a lot of easy throws, in my opinion. I didn't see him as a field reader or anything. They just kind of let his talent show, right? So I think that's more stress on the offensive personnel around him to help him be as good as a Sam Howell right away. The other question that came out here, and I guess I kind of understand the question, Timmy. How many passing touchdowns? I just think it comes down to turnovers again when we play. I don't know if y'all disagree with that, but we turned the ball over, 3 times in the first quarter against FSU? Was it something like that?
Yeah, we forced 3 turnovers.
I remember 2 interceptions and a fumble.
No, hey, watch your language, Chance.
I said what I said.
I said we turned the ball over. That's what I said. There ain't no force. We turned it over.
I mean,
right?
Did you watch the game?
And we turned it over. But we turned the ball over 3 times versus y'all. That was the difference in the game, clearly. The game was really you can't put a number on how many pass TDs. I mean, I don't even know how many pass touchdowns Jordan Travis had that game. He had 1, maybe 2. It's not like he lit us up. It
was our defense that won the game.
4th and 14.
Didn't we get a scoop? No, that was against Clemson. We had a scoop and score.
4th and 14. That's the game. Like that's like okay. I mean, I appreciate it. I told you I appreciate it, but like that's one of the worst defensive plays I've ever seen in my life. It's just really, really bad defense at the college level. Just really bad.
My boy Parchment, the Carolina Panther.
Yeah, he'll just like your boy Kenny Shaw.
Who y'all got in the league right now?
No, he ain't been there.
No, exactly, no. Hey, I'm gonna buy these tickets right now, man. Where we sitting at?
Been told you to buy the tickets.
Hold on, real quick. Y'all play. So, Buddy said y'all have to beat LSU, right? Oh, DF gonna be there. Yeah, you should buy.
I think Tyler is just on.
DF ain't coming, man. DF, shut
Tyler
up.
just feels like how I feel. Like at what point do you have that win? Like you need a signature win. You need something.
In Baton Rouge,
Mike's not working with nothing. It's not in Baton Rouge. It's in New Orleans. But I hear you.
Okay, might as well, right? It's like FSU playing. I don't know. I can't think of some team from up there. But y'all,
Jerg, you coming? You not coming, are you?
Who?
You coming, Jerg?
Yeah, man. I didn't get my permission. I'm sorry. I gotta do some negotiating.
How am supposed to buy the tickets right now?
I mean, you could always buy
yours and tell me how much they is.
It's $217. It's sitting. I was like, I can share a screen.
But Tyler, to exceed expectations for y'all is beating LSU. LSU is what because you could beat LSU in theory and still lose 5 more games. Right?
Well, here's the thing. I think if you beat LSU, you're gonna have a hard time convincing me that there's 5 teams on the schedule left that's better than LSU. And I'm not saying LSU's will be.
What if LSU just played a bad game?
What did I just do?
I don't know what you did. I don't see nothing.
My screen froze.
What are you trying to do? You broke his computer.
Am I sharing? Okay, this is the one I want to share. All right, I got you. Let's share that one. Can y'all see this?
No, but I can put it up here. Hold on.
Tony with another great point.
Okay, so
we're about to take the conference.
This what it sees at. What you think about that, Ayla? We visitors here, right?
Yeah, let's do it, bro. I'm at the point where I'll go to New Orleans just and watch the game in the bar, but I'm gonna go there.
I mean, if we did that, we could get some tickets at the. They scalpers is legit.
But if you get them, just let me know. You say 217. Okay.
Hey boy, don't be typing in your password information.
I ain't typing in shit in front of these people.
I'm just making sure you're not
take that off.
Boy, finna get scammed.
Oh, trust them.
Boy's about to hit his credit card number on the screen, and no, you see him? Crazy.
Boss, you got your ticket, so you riding with us, or you driving by yourself?
Hey, don't ride with that fool, man. You don't even know that man. You don't even know that man. Exactly. He gonna set you up. Come pick me up over there in South Oak Cliff.
In South Oak Cliff?
Pick me up over here and stop real quick. That'd be all kind of messed up.
I rode through Addison. Where the Africans at? One of those hookah lines. Who got knocked out? Smith Jr.
Yeah.
It's not a fight that I don't know. Anybody
I'll consider myself a casual fan, so I'm a casual boxing fan, so I don't know who you talk about.
I'll be paying attention to boxing for shit.
I think the next big fight should be AJ Usyk, I think.
Really? That's in like September, ain't it?
They pushed it back. I think it was supposed to be in August, but I think they pushed it back.
Man, I'm hoping
DF can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's any.
I'm looking forward to the next Wilder fight, man.
We'll see what Wilder does. He gonna
decapitate somebody like he usually do.
We'll see what he does.
He gonna knock somebody's head off like he's done in every single fight he's ever fought in.
DF know better, man. He know how I rock. You know how many after game what game was it? Game 3 that Boston went up 2-3? 2-1. 2-1. You know when people inbox me act like if I was some Golden State fan just because I picked Golden State in 6. So everybody's like, "Oh, look at you." Da, 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 da. And now here we are. And I'm saying people
look at you, old Negro Diamonds ass.
I ain't heard from them since.
Hey man, and I was bringing people by the house to watch the game and stuff. Hilarious to watch people face like, well, damn. They get real quiet, like, man, it's like they just don't miss. What's wrong with Tatum? What's wrong with Brown? What's wrong with Smart? What's wrong? All of a sudden, it's Russ wrong.
Can we trade Mark? Can they trade Marcus Smart though?
Why?
I think they can trade him.
I mean,
who's going to set up the offense?
Nobody's scared of Wilder. Man,
Okay.
Stop it, man.
No, okay.
Bro, I'm not even a boxer, bro.
Everybody can't do what Fury did. I'm telling you right now. So, okay.
Fury is an all-time great for a reason. They're considering him that for a reason. He did get knocked out twice in 2 fights. He got knocked out.
You can't name another 6'9", 280-pound plus guy that moves like Tyson Fury. Like, you can't name that guy. That guy doesn't exist in the history of the human beings.
Y'all realize he put Fury on his back.
And he dropped Fury, what, 4 times?
5.
Is it 5? 4 or 5 times?
Because he dropped him twice in the first fight.
And he dropped him.
He dropped him once in the second fight.
No, he didn't drop him in the second fight.
He did. He didn't get him one time.
No, he didn't drop him in the second fight.
Oh no, I think he did.
No, he didn't.
He did.
He did not. In the second fight, he didn't drop him. He dropped him twice in the first fight. He dropped him. Yeah,
he dropped him in the second fight, bro.
No, he didn't.
He got put down twice, bro. Hold on.
And he dropped him twice in the third.
And he put him down in the first fight.
Y'all can say he trash all he want, but again, you show me another heavyweight that doing what Fury can do. Because all your favorite fighters, Wilder knocks out cold. I promise you. And Anthony Joshua, Wilder knocks him out in the first 5 rounds. Dillian White, he decapitate. You can't. Usyk too small. He gonna eventually get caught and he gonna go down. So I mean, you can call him trash all you want because he don't have the boxing skill of some of these other guys. It don't matter. When you have that right hand, it is what it is. You're right. You're right about Fury, but fighters will not be scared to face him. They don't have to be scared to fight him.
You're talking about the reality.
I'm just telling you what will happen. Like, you don't have to be scared. But again, everybody can't do what Fury did. Everybody's not 6'9", 280 pounds. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, you can't.
I guess he didn't knock. I can't find out that he knocked.
I'm telling you.
Okay, I was wrong.
I know you were wrong. I'm telling you, he didn't knock him down in the second fight. The first fight, he knocked him down twice. In the third fight, he knocked him down twice.
Whatever.
Boy said, I knew you were wrong. I'm telling you.
Hey, bro, you got to swing on me. You gonna talk to me like,
Terrence, you too big.
oh,
and you're my friend, so I don't want to pop the truth on you. I don't want to pop the truth. So let's just keep it casual. Let's just keep it cordial.
Like, damn. What, Nova? What?
That's crazy, man.
This damn dog.
Name one top 10 fighter that King Wilder has defeated. Name a top 10
what?
Hold on. Name a top 10 fighter that Fury defeated. Oh, but you're gonna count.
You gotta name Wilder,
right? But you're gonna count Wilder as that. So miss me with that, bro.
Yeah, that's.
I want to hear that.
And literally, if Wilder knew what to do when he knocked somebody out, he probably had 2 victories against Fury.
Miss me with that, bro. Miss me with that.
Like, stop, man. He had him down like dead.
Name a top 10 fighter that Anthony Joshua beat. A 40-year-old Klitschko? That's what we call him? Man, stop, bro.
Got knocked out by Ruiz.
Yeah.
Ain't no way Ruiz. I don't care how much of a boxer Ruiz is. He ain't gonna sit here and beat.
He beat Klitschko. He beat Klitschko in the ugliest fight in the history of the sport.
Hideous. And then he almost got knocked out in that fight.
That's crazy. He ended up.
Klitschko almost knocked him out.
I didn't think Klitschko knocked. It wasn't even. No, I don't think Klitschko knocked him out. It was the ugliest fight in the history of the sport. Like, it was no action in that fight.
He caught him with a good one. I think wasn't he even a knockdown?
But people hate on me because I like Deontay. It is what it is. I like Deontay. I like what he stands for. I never said he was the greatest boxer of all time, nothing like that. I just like the dude as a man. I like Deontay Wilder. It is what it is.
And I mean, Fury and people. I love when people like talk about, oh well, you know, Fury this, Fury that, and then we just completely throw out the fact that he had a steroid issue.
Steroids, vacated the title. Cocaine.
It's a reason why he been ghost for so long.
Absolutely.
But we gonna, you know, he's not doing it now. Supposedly. I mean, we gonna give him that pass. We don't give a lot of other people that pass.
But when if Wilder comes back, I don't know if Wilder. I think I heard a recent interview where he said he'd fight again, but I don't know who's gonna fight him.
Yeah, get in the ring with me. How about that? I'm a fanboy. I'm a casual. I don't know nothing about boxing. Get in the ring with me.
Because Serve said that
otherwise, shut up. If you're not gonna get in the ring with me, you can shut up. Stop calling me a fanboy. Stop calling me casual. Get in the ring or shut up.
Serve said he don't feel like nobody's scared of Wilder, but I guarantee you it's gonna be hard for Wilder to find a fight because there's no incentive to fight him because he doesn't have the belt anymore. So who's really gonna take the risk of getting knocked out?
It's one of the young guys trying to make a name.
Who's going to take the risk of getting knocked out to fight Deontay?
Adrian's right.
Nobody's going to take the risk.
Unless it's a paycheck. Unless it's a good paycheck.
Nobody's taking that risk.
Joshua ain't going to fight him?
No, hell no.
Maybe because of the paycheck?
AJ not fighting Deontay. AJ been scared of Deontay for the last, 5-6 years. AJ ain't taking that fight.
No.
And I would love to see that fight. A
metal rod in his hand. You see this dude? Nonsense.
Yeah, just talk, bro. We just talk.
Nonsense.
Shout out Tyler, though. Shout out Tyler
with the $5, bro. Member of the 863 tribe. He didn't put no comment behind it, but we gonna rock with. I got one for Jerg.
What's in my pocket, dog? Big face Honda. Just them all. Bought everything that I wanted.
Oh man. I'm gonna hit you hard. Boys living in the past with that one, dog.
Hey,
living in the past.
Hey, you do gotta get that 4th and 14 clip though.
That boy living in the past with that one, dog.
You gotta get that 4th and 14 clip up on there, boy.
I know.
Man, nobody wants to watch that garbage.
He didn't say living in the past.
Living in the past, boy. Might have no kids when that happened, boy.
I think you got it, Boxing Monster, bro. You got it flip flop. No, it was actually AJ that turned down $50 million. Go watch the interviews. AJ said, "If you give me $50 million, I'll fight Wilder." They offered 50. AJ said, "No, I don't want to fight for money." Whatever it was, he said. You got it flip flop. Now Wilder did turn down an offer from DAZN for a 3-fight deal, which was supposed to be two AJ fights. Coincidentally, AJ gets knocked out by Ruiz the following fight, so that 3-fight deal would have been null and void. Get your facts straight, casual. Get your facts straight, casual.
Goddamn.
Here go Peter with another $5.
Peter with the $5 super sticker. That's what I'm
putting DF for putting DF down real quick.
We ain't did this one yet, so let's do this one.
Damn!
I still remember how both them boys was knocked out though.
Well, in today's game, that's an ejection.
Targeted.
You're out for 2 weeks.
A 3-game suspension.
Hey,
Stanford Samuel might not ever play the game. Stanford Samuel might not ever play a game of football again after that. Like that in today's game.
That was Stanford Samuels, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Stanford Samuel. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, casual. Shut up, casual. You don't know what you're talking about. You ain't even got your facts right.
It's cool. I'm gonna pull up on him.
He ain't even got his facts right.
I know what he be hanging out at.
You gonna pull up on him for real, T?
I think, yeah, T. You the only one that's hung out with DF. I'm gonna run up on him one of these days.
He don't want that. He don't want that, man.
On him one of these days.
You're a casual fanboy. You should change that to the name of the show, Casual Fanboy Talk.
Casual. He should be called Casual Monster.
Casual, yeah, Casual Monster.
Casual
I like
Monster.
that. I like that.
This guy.
Goodness, man.
He's just, that's all he can say. That's how you know you got somebody on the ropes. They don't know what the hell they talking about, boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good boxing analogy on the ropes.
GF's my guy, man.
You saw what I did there?
He just
That's like, I'm working on my dad jokes too.
Oh, my God. The man been a dad for 3 weeks.
Hey,
talking about jokes that his daughter ain't gonna know until she.
Hey, I came in like LeBron on it though, man.
See?
I altered the game.
That was stupid, man.
I came in and completely changed the franchise that I was on, man.
Hey, power to you. Power to you, man. That's funny, bro.
Man, in all honesty, bro, I think I even got more focused at work when she was born. I was like, well, dang.
Yeah.
Getting compliments from the job. I was like, oh, well, thank you. The work that you've done in the past couple of weeks, Terrence, has been awesome.
Hold on. Hey, DF, if you want to come see me, you can come meet the security guard at my gate and request to come. Okay? Request to come. Make sure you announce yourself with proper ID and everything.
He ain't got no ID.
And don't drive too fast through the neighborhood because then people going to come for you.
They will.
Karen will call the cops. Karen
will call the police on you. Man. All right.
She okay?
Be on the lookout for the guy that doesn't belong here. That's what they're gonna say.
Like you don't look like you belong here. Who you coming to see, sir?
Stanford Samuel's a recruiting coordinator at Louisville.
That's why they recruit like that.
Maybe. It's I'm telling you, it's the Papa John's money. They getting the free large pizza. You know what I'm saying? Every day.
Bro, nobody eats that stuff.
People like Papa John's. People like Papa John's.
Hey, bro, when they was hitting for 50, when Miami Heat or the Marlins would win, you get 50% off, boy.
Yeah, I used to be killing that in school.
The only reason, as long as you got the garlic sauce, I can eat it.
Yeah,
that's fair.
You gotta have the garlic sauce to dip it in. Other than that, I don't really.
That's fair. That's fair. Your breath kind of funky, but you know.
That's what they made toothbrush for. You know.
All right, I'm gonna hit the dusty trail, y'all.
Yes, sir. It's about that time.
It's about that time.
It does sound like it.
I appreciate everybody, man. I feel
Chat,
like
we appreciate you, man.
We should be having bigger crowds in here. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all got to start sharing the videos.
Yeah, Terrence.
Let people know.
I posted it on my Facebook. What you want me to do?
Let people know that we live because I'm talking to more so the comment section, but y'all too. Y'all too. You know,
folk out, man. Well, let's Adrian, let's try to get on again next week if y'all are free, man.
What's next week?
Oh, actually, I have my son's birthday is next week, so scratch that. Let's do.
Yeah, I think I got something to do next Saturday.
Yeah, let's do the week after.
I know y'all ain't talking about July 2nd.
Unless y'all try. No, next Saturday's not July.
The one after that.
After.
Then the next one, I think that's 4th of July week.
We outside, man. Jerg, you sliding?
I'm gonna be in Austin that weekend.
Are you gonna do the party on July 2nd?
Nah, it's gonna be on the 4th.
Oh, that's different. That's different. I might
have on the 4th. On the 4th is what, a Monday, right?
Yeah, on the 4th of July. Got a party doing a pig roast.
Me and wifey might slide out there.
Come on,
everybody's invited to Terrence's house. You got enough food for everybody in the chat.
Oh, we got enough food, yeah.
That kind of thing.
That's how my family do it anyway.
We're trying to make that one work. Okay, before we
wait, Destin Hill. We gonna talk about Destin Hill?
What's there to talk about? But I'm gonna read this super chat because shout out to my boy FSU Tony with the $9.99, $10 says this is the end of the Destin Hill speculation because the last summer semester that hasn't started yet will begin classes Monday, June 20th. So, bro, I've been telling y'all from the jump he ain't coming.
He coming in the fall, man.
No, he's not.
Over here. Is he a real person? Have we seen? Is there a real picture of him?
One day, y'all will believe me and y'all will listen to me. So unless Destin Hill shows up in the next 48 hours, I was right. But we'll see what happens. But shout out to FSU Tony. I'm gonna give him. We're gonna do P-Dub. Actually, no. We'll do. I haven't done this one. We'll do this.
The fuck?
Is this the last picture of Destin Hill on campus? Can y'all see that?
Bro, that's.
Is that?
But,
That was
bro,
when we was recruiting him.
bro, think about that. He hasn't been on social
I
media.
don't know, bro.
He ain't been on social media in like 2 years.
Man.
Seriously.
Yo, who is that guy?
Seriously. And he hasn't posted anything on social media.
Bro, I
in
feel like
2
if he
years.
get on the field, he gonna ball out, bro.
You think Destin Hill is really in the pen right now? You think he's in the pen?
Bro, that's public
That boy
knowledge. You
ain't
should
in
be able to look
jail.
it up.
That boy ain't in jail. Nah, man.
So the reason I say we got to share these videos is because to Kevin's point, my solo videos, I be doing 70, 80 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Those are during the week. It's more Florida State centric.
Sure.
But you also got to think it's a Saturday night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
I probably would have been out if I wasn't doing this.
True.
But I also think, man, we talk about some good stuff in here. So y'all,
Yeah, we do.
Get this stuff out there, man, and we should be able to pack the house tonight. So,
well, let's set a date and we'll get, you know what I'm saying, proper promotion.
What we'll do is we'll get the groups in Enterprise and all them in here, and we'll get it working.
We're still a work in progress.
We'll do some marketing.
Yeah, we're still a work. Man, DF is on your ass, bro.
Well, hey, like I said, you come see my security guard and tell him you're coming to my residence, okay? And I'll show you what a coach looked like when you get on my front yard, okay? After I turn off the security system after you set it off, all right?
I ain't nice like Coach. I'm from Kansas City. I ain't got all that. I turn my security system off. Come on.
Where you from? Pompano.
Kansas City, 27.
But all right, y'all, man. Y'all have
all right, y'all boys. Well,
y'all have a good night, man.
Take it easy.
All right, y'all.
Damn it, how I leave the studio? There we go.
Man, get out of here. I got you. But hey, man, thank y'all, man. Y'all hit that like button on the way out. It's your boy POLK over here on 863 Seminole TV. As always, stay classy, Seminoles, and we got you.